Welcome, everybody, to a playoff edition of the C3 Friday Free For All. That's right, I know it is not technically the playoffs, but damn, it's still a playoff game, isn't it? If the Panthers win, we are in, and it doesn't even matter what them Falcons do. Boys, tomorrow is going to be lit. We appreciate each and every single one of you spending your Friday evenings with the C3 Panthers podcast. We appreciate you. Happy New Year, by the way. Brand new 2026. Appreciate each and every single one of you. If you would like to be a part of the conversation that we are having here tonight, feel free to join. I have pinned the link of the StreamYard to the top of the YouTube chat. Jump on in and be a part of the discussion that we are having here tonight. Lawrence Trevette in the building. 028 Tyrone CPG in the building. We appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Let me welcome in the Free For All crew, the boys, the homies, the Legion. First up, Pickle. Let's tell the rest of these NFC South fools to shut the hell up, brother. How are you doing, man? Happy New Year.
I'm doing good. And I want to say this to the Tampa Bay prick fans. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Bucks. My mistake. Buck fans. Uh, Shut the hell up. You're dumb sons of bitches. You all up and down dumber than a box of flip fucking rocks. You run your fucking mouth all over Twitter and social media about how you're going to cook our ass, you're going to cook us out. And the very same fucking breath you talk about you're going to get Todd Bowles fired. If Todd Bowles wins the fucking division, his ass ain't going to get fired. You some dumb sons of bitches. You know that?
Pickle, which Panther, which Bucks fans you been talking to?
Oh, there's a ton of them.
Oh, they're all over the
ton of them.
They're all over the place. And I don't even know. I'll be honest with you. They might just be spam bots. They're probably fucking Taiwan.
Well, listen,
Indonesia. Probably don't even know what a Tampa Bay Buck is.
But hold up. So, let me welcome in Chooks. Chooks, what's up, brother? How are you, man?
How's it going, man? You know,
good.
Today's it is. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the
day. Based on the utter collapse, the utter collapse that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have gone through in the past 7 weeks, dude, it's kind of unprecedented, man. This team was one of the better teams in all the NFL, and then they just went in the tank, man. Baker Mayfield has played terrible. There are many Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans who want to move on from Todd Bowles.
Yeah.
Now, I understand, they've been winning the division the past 2 years in a row, so it's hard to move on from that. But, I kind of see both sides of them saying, dude, that kind of collapse sort of unjustified.
Well, Cody, here's the thing. It didn't go both sides. It was not both sides before this week. It was not both sides. It was basically like, we've lost the division already. I really hope when they win the division, because Todd Bowles be out, Jason Licht be out. We've only been good since Tom Brady saved their asses. They really wanted to lose the division. They have not been talking like this. That's why I was asking Pickle, where are these fans have you been hearing from? Because all of them want Carolina to win. The ones I've been talking to want Carolina to win the division.
Right. Well, I tell you, I just know I see them on Twitter, one or two of them on Facebook. But I'm not certain and I guess I should be nice. I guess I should be, and it's Friday people. I ain't gonna be nice. They may just be idiots who not know a lot about football. To be honest with you, I don't know who they really are.
I think they're overseas.
I haven't
bots.
followed them closely. I replied to a post on Facebook and got a few idiots that posted on me and come at me. I tried to play a little bit of just chat, and then I realized they were dumber than a box of shit rocks, so I deleted the post.
Well, you know what, Pickle? I hope they're right. No, Pickle, I hope they're right. I hope they do fire Todd Bowles, and he can be the new defensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers next year.
I got an answer for what you asked earlier.
Okay, we will. Let me get everyone's intro in. Next up, we got Michael Weidrich in the building. Michael, how are you, brother? Welcome back to the Free For All, and Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year to you guys. too. First of all, I gotta say, man, I've never been this happy for this team since I don't know. It's been so long. I've been frowning. I've been having a frown on my face ever since, you know, like seasons ago. And it's time to flip that page, and I'm ready for these Panthers
Yes, sir.
to kick ass, take names, and say, "Hey, Buccaneers, you're on our shit list this week. We're gonna take you the fuck out, and we're gonna take out the trash, and we're gonna say we're gonna own this fucking division. Let's go, boys."
Yes, sir. Let's go. Next up, we got my brother Jake the Snake back on the free for all. Jake, happy 2026, happy New Year, and how you feel about this game coming up, bro?
Happy New Year to everyone, and as Jim Mora would say, playoffs, playoffs. Yes,
Playoffs?
we are talking playoffs, y'all. If we win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we win this division, y'all. And I'm so excited. I hope to God all these players that's on this team are just as excited for us, and they are all going to show up, especially on offense. Can our offense show up for this game? We need them to.
Oh, can they? That is the understatement of the year, man. Dude, this offense, they're bipolar. I've been saying it all year. They're up, they're down. They're hot and they're cold. They're yes and they're no. They're in and they're out. They're up
Cody,
and
but
they're
we just need,
down. I'm
we
not
only need
even
this
singing
week.
Katy Perry, even though I am.
We only need this week. Can you be up this week? That's it. Just be up this
And you
week.
know what, Jukes? We're on track to be up because if you follow the trend, we win and then we lose. We win and then we lose. Well, let me tell you what, losing was the definition of what we did last Sunday against the Seahawks. Absolutely abysmal. Bryce Young only threw for 54 passing yards. Terrible offensive line performance. Couldn't run the ball. Inconsistent offensive play in general, just up and down the board. Can the Carolina Panthers rebound and take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to task? And if so, how are they going to do it? Boys, jump on it. It's a free for all.
I'll tell you what. The biggest thing that worries me is our linebacker play. Our linebacker play is kind of been sporadic all year. A lot of that, majority of that, is because of injuries. A lot of these young guys are injured, and I'm just going to say it. I like the kid, but Wallace, you need to figure out what your issue is and fix it. If not, you're going to find yourself cut one day by the Carolina Panthers. That's a fact. Because you
He's
need
been
to
hurt.
produce. You need to get healthy and produce. Because so far, you have yet to prove that you were worthy of that third round pick.
You mean
And
Trevor
there's a
Wallace,
lot.
right?
Yes, there's a lot of other folks that were drafted after you that appears to be a better selection. Just saying. Although I do like you and I do want you to come back strong, but you're going to have to figure that shit out and move on. And get over it. You're not the only one I say that to, but but as far as the game itself, I really think we could win, but we have to have up from our offense. Our defense is not good enough to carry this team. Our offense has to produce. And listen, I think we should be able to run better because James Mitchell is a better run blocker than Sanders was. So we should be able to run block. And like it or not, Bryce Young, if let me put it this way. A lot of people, Cody, I've heard you say it. I've said it. Pretty sure that Bryce will get his 5th-year option. But let
More
him
than
go in
likely.
and start and have a mental collapse against the Bucks.
Yeah.
You can't blame Dan
Can't
Morgan
have
if he
it.
steps back and says, should we or shouldn't we?
Can't have it.
You can't really blame that.
So
T-Mac, you need I think 75 more yards to break Calvin Benjamin record. Dude, go out there and do something. Okay? You were sick last week. I understand that. Go out there and do something. All right? Calvin Benjamin, dude, you are so close. In my opinion, and I fought for you earlier this year, you are very close to being Mingo. Extremely close.
wait, who?
Xavier Leggett.
Oh, okay. You said Calvin.
And
He did.
it's time to put up or shut up, bro. The running backs,
Calvin Benjamin.
dude. You, Rico Dow, you started out strong, then you fizzled. Now you're just a jizzle. Okay, pull it up, suck it up, or get the fuck over it.
So Bryce Young ranks 8th amongst quarterbacks in PFF grading. So take that for what it's worth. When under pressure this season, while Baker Mayfield sits 23rd.
I'm done chilling.
Carolina's defense ranks last in pressures, making its ability to disrupt Mayfield a key factor if the Panthers want to clinch the division. Let me go to let me go, Michael. Michael, give me your thoughts, and then I'm gonna introduce somebody into the show.
Okay, so my thoughts on this is, you know what, we need to really step up this game, because listen, I know we did poorly last week, but guess what? I need us to eventually like, I'm trying to say, like, we shouldn't trust the passing game too much. But yes, I want to see us run the football efficiently. Because look, we got Rico Dowdle, we got Chuba Hubbard, you know, and that's why we got and that's the reason why we got Rico Dowdle in the free agency in the first place, because we didn't have a backup competent running back that can run for 1,000 yards like Rico Dowdle can. So, and I'm really hoping for Rico Dowdle's success in this game.
Yeah.
I want him to, be the kind of running back that we were hoping, not hoping for, but like have that consistency. We need to trust this coaching staff needs to step up. The defense needs to apply pressure like they did 2 weeks ago against the Bucs. I need our our best corner duo. I'm calling them the best because I love J.C. Horn and I love Mike Jack and what they did this season. So I need them to make plays. I just need this whole team to step up, because that loss was abysmal. But guess what? I need Bryce Young to own the Buccaneers this week. I need it to happen. Please, Bryce, for the love of God, I need it to happen, bro. Please make it happen for me.
Can I just say something real quick, though?
For the love of God.
Can I just say something real quick, though? This is why I always say, bro, you gotta take PFF. Hold up, you gotta take PFF with a grain of salt, right? So, okay, this last part. So, to Michael's point, we need J.C. Horn and Mike Jack to ball out and take the ball away like they've been doing. Baker Mayfield's fourth quarter interception sealed Tampa Bay's Week 16 loss, while Bryce Young again avoided any turnover-worthy plays. This last part is what I'm like, bro, come on, dude. Mayfield leads the NFL in turnover-worthy plays this season, while Young has just one since Week 13. What are you going to say, that there's only one turnover-worthy throw?
I can explain that, Cody.
That Bryce has made since Week 13? What are we talking about?
I can explain that, Cody.
That doesn't even feel like
it does make sense.
Fair.
I can explain. He hasn't, and I can agree with you. He hasn't challenged the field deep. He hasn't since Week 13. He hasn't made any big time throws to challenge the defense. Baker just throws it because he's going to wing it no matter what. Turnover or touchdown. Bryce hasn't. So that's why, in the sense, it's less. So that's kind of skewed in a sense. Baker and Bryce play two different games. Bryce is basically being pretty much Alex Smith, not turning off the ball, protecting the ball, but not taking any chances. No chances were made during that Seahawks game.
It's funny you say that, because that's always the comparison that Tony has made. Shout out to Tony from Tuesdays. He always says that Bryce Young is our Alex Smith, and that's who you want him to be, and that's essentially who we drafted him to be. CPG, hang on one sec. Let me get Jake in, and then I'll give you your intro. Jake, talk to me, bro. What do the Panthers need to do to shut this out? That way, we don't even need to worry about what Atlanta does. And what I mean by that is it's possible that tomorrow Carolina loses to Tampa Bay and still makes the playoffs if the Atlanta Falcons beat the New Orleans Saints. But listen, even if y'all want the playoffs, we want to make it because we earned the right to be in the game by beating the Buccaneers, man. I know we beat Atlanta twice, but let's win this on our own and make the playoffs. Jake, what do we need to do specifically for that to happen?
Well, I mean, we got to start fast. We got to start hot on offense. I mean, got to get this run game going. I mean, I don't care who your quarterback is. To help your quarterback out, you got to have a good run game going. And this whole, I mean, we've had questions about this disconnect between Dave Canales and Bryce Young majority of this year. They got to figure their shit out. This is the biggest game of the year. You win, you're in the playoffs. I don't want to hear no more excuses about a disconnect between them two. They got to figure it the fuck out.
I tell you what, if I can add on to that, Jake, I agree with you. If there is a real live disconnect between the head coach and the quarterback, and it affects tomorrow's game, zoom in on me because I want to be real clear here.
Oh,
Then
Lord.
somebody don't need to be here next year.
Tell 'em.
In the conversation, if there's a real disconnect between the head coach and the quarterback because the head coach called plays, whoever that is, somebody needs to move on.
And, we're going to talk about that too, man, because there are rumors about one Ejiro Evero, but let's not put the cart before the horse. Let me welcome in friend of the podcast, CPG, back on the free-for-all. CPG, brother, how are you, man? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Keep pounding. Let's beat these damn Bucks.
Pounding.
Also, the graphic you got showing, talking about all that, it made me think we're not really good at pressuring quarterbacks, but
No.
oddly enough, we are good at pass defense.
Cody,
Yeah.
can I ask you a question?
We're taking the ball away, even though we're not consistently getting pressure to the quarterback. And I do think sometime this offseason, we're probably going to try to remedy that. Max Crosby. But I don't know. It's gonna take a minute before that happens. But yeah, man, we need to pressure the quarterback. Imagine how many takeaways we could have if the Panthers were consistently getting pressure on the quarterback. It would be even more than we currently have.
Yeah. Cody, are you also going to go over that article or that tweet that was talking about roster debt that got circulated?
I'm not sure which one you're talking about. You want to send it to me or tag me in it?
I'll send it to you.
I can bring it up. Yeah. But also, and I wanted to bring this up too. So, a lot of y'all mentioned running the football, starting to run. Earlier, you mentioned Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle needs, 7 yards from scrimmage to earn like a $250,000 bonus? or is it $1 million and then another touchdown?
It's $1 million. If he gets a touchdown added to that, he gets.
It's another $250,000.
It's another $250,000, right? But we've got several folks. We've got several guys on our roster that could very well get some of that moolah like that with a good performance.
But the reason I bring up Rico though is because Kalijah Kancey is also going to be back for the Bucks tomorrow. He will be playing. He will be participating. We found out that Robert Hunt, there was some thoughts that he might be able to play, that he would be back in time, and he will not be available for the Panthers this Sunday. So we will again be without Robert Hunt. I'm going to be real. I'm not really surprised. I don't know why any of y'all would be either. I kind of even doubt that if we make the playoffs, he'll be available for the playoffs. Like when you see the last interview that Robert Hunt gave, it did not look like someone who was confident that he would be ready to play football sometime soon. But yeah, man, I think running the football is going to be incredibly important. But I also think taking away the football is also going to be important. Baker Mayfield has definitely done that as of late. He is not playing good football. But to me, it starts from the back seven. Mike Jack, J.C. Horn, and Roseboom making something happen. And I think if we can turn the ball over, force some fumbles, and if our offense can actually capitalize on those fumbles and turnovers, then we should be cooking with grease, boys. What y'all think?
Absolutely. Also, if Nick Scorton has the most pressures of our roster by 28, y'all realize he's second on the team at 4.5. If he is on the verge, he needs 2 more sacks to match Brian Burns' rookie record for the season. If he walks out and
Say
gets
that one more time.
Nick Scorton needs 2 more sacks to match Brian Burns' rookie sack record, which is 7.5. If he gets 3 sacks in this game, he'll break that record.
Could you imagine if T-Mac breaks the record that Kelvin Benjamin set? What does he need? Like another
Which he
79,
already
80 to
Yeah, I would
he
say
already
less than 80.
broke.
79.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
80 yards. He breaks the record.
Yeah.
right. And there's a stat, I need to look it up. There's a stat about Mike Jackson. I can't remember what it is.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna play the hype video that the Panthers put out.
Before you play that,
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
it'd be nice if Dave Canals, schemes Nalo open instead of this whole screen pass shit all game. That'd be nice. That'd be lovely.
Yes. And dude, why do you think he's moved away from that? Because there have been times this year that he has moved T-Mac all around the field. But then he falls back into this just putting him at X and letting him live on an island by himself, even though they're shading a safety over to his side. I don't understand it, especially knowing how he is the main weapon for Bryce Young. I don't understand that. What's the ideology behind that? It makes no sense to me. Here's the hype video.
Championship moments, shirts and hats game. This is what we live for. This is what we worked so hard for all year, really.
This is about will. This is about guys going into this game knowing that we're going to be physical.
Summer football, best time of the year. It gets physical. Everyone's banged up. Everyone's got something. Who wants it, man? And that's what it's all about.
And it's intercepted!
I think just like you said, everything in front of us, so we just got to handle business, block the outside noise out, and do what we do best.
Millen, catch, touchdown, throws, and it's picked off to the 30.
We're thankful and blessed, but we're hungry. Like, we know how much this means to us and Carolina, so it's all or nothing.
Let's go. December football. I think most of us probably wouldn't have thought that we would generally be playing for something at the end of this season. And here we are. The Panthers control their own destiny. We have the opportunity to take what we want and have a home playoff game, which I imagine David Tepper is going to jack the prices up on those tickets sky high.
Oh, that's a
But-
guarantee.
Oh, for sure. Let me ask y'all this, man. Again, we talk so much about Bryce, and he's the quarterback, man. How could you not? He is the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. Nirvash with the $5. He asked some very poignant questions that I think would be good for the panel to assume and assess. How would you rate your faith in Bryce Young on a scale from 1 to 10? What would it take, in your opinion, for him to earn a big contract? This is a fantastic question, one of which I am going to let Alex, A14 Panthers, go first on. Alex, welcome back to the Free For All. Happy New Year, brother. How are you, man?
Hey, what's going on, Cody? Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all you guys. Excited to be here. It's a new year. Let's get it going. I'm truly, truly blessed to be spending time and talking Panther football with you guys. So I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, brother. Hey, man, the question from Nirvash was on a scale of 1 to 10. Just honestly speaking, your assessment, how much faith did you have in your quarterback, Bryce Young, going into the final game of the season against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Yeah, no, I mean, I have a lot more faith in Bryce Young than I do in Tampa. I know that for a fact. And that's just based off of like the eye test. Tampa looks like they're kind of checked out. I know obviously it's one game, no matter what, anything could happen, but at the same time, Tampa just looks like they don't really have a lot of trust in Todd Bowles. I mean, you don't lose a game like the one they did against Miami like that. It doesn't happen, especially when you're come playoff time. This is when everyone, this last month of the season in December, like early January, this is where teams have to lock in. And not to say that Carolina has. I mean, they've kind of been up and down all year. And I think we've all alluded to it. I think we've all talked about it. This is a young Carolina Panthers football team. I don't think any of us expected to be in this position come January, December. And to be in this moment is exciting as a Panthers fan. It's been years. So like the confidence I have in Bryce, and you guys all know I'm a big Bryce believer. And yeah, there's times I'll point the finger at other guys and here and there. I know last week Bryce was somebody that, to me, he had met some errors on his part, but a lot of it had to do with a lot of other things. I think the offensive line wasn't great last week. I think guys weren't really getting open very often. It could have been a mix of everything. I mean, we were in that game besides a couple of plays, Chuba fumbling the football and, that interception by Bryce Young. That shouldn't have happened. But those two things really turned the game around. Besides that, the game was 3-3 going into, we had some belief at second half that we could win this game. So I really think we're going to win this game. I really, really do. And when it comes to Bryce Young, and I still have belief in him. I know it's his third year, and everyone's thinking about contracts and extensions and things of that nature. And it's understandable. I get it. We don't want to pay. You don't want to pay a guy that's like Brock Purdy money when he hasn't really done what Brock Purdy has done in San Fran. So I get it. I get all those things, but at the same time, we haven't really built a team yet around Bryce just yet. I think this year is like our first year that it's kind of like we're like, okay, we're finally have some guys, some pieces. His first couple years, though, that first year as a rookie, I can't blame Bryce on that. I know he's a first pick in the draft and you want to elevate your team, but I don't think anybody could have been back there and help that team.
And Cody, I've posted the link about the roster that if any of you guys are interested on basically, I know that we get into a toxic cycle of blaming Bryce or blaming Canales. You should look at that article. The blame still needs to go to Matt Rule and Scott Fitterer. You know that, right?
So look, let me go ahead and read the tweet that you're talking about, Chooks. This is from, let me see, what's his name? Taco Tweets on Twitter. He says, this is something that most fan bases may not take into consideration when evaluating their teams. Over the last two seasons, the Panthers have a retention rate of 15%, Only 8 players remain on the active roster from 2023 and earlier. The league average range retention rate is 60 to 70% year over year. While teams are contributing to build on the foundation, are continuing to build on the foundation and add talent, the Panthers have spent the last year filling positions from scratch. How does this happen? Rule and Fitterer. Kidding, but not really. The hard reality is that Rule and Fitterer were reckless with assets and signings. 2022 and 2023 draft plus free agency, only 3 players remain from those draft classes: Bryce Young, Cade Mays, and Akim Ekwonu, and 2 players from free agency periods, Andy Dalton and Austin Corbett. Another way to put it, the Panthers basically went 2 years without adding players to the roster. This is why being a head coach for the Panthers in 2024 was a hard sell. You had to climb out of roster debt without the funds to do it. This is also why it should be a big deal to Panther fans that they are competing for a playoff spot. So, boys, Pickle, you've said earlier in the season, or you said a number of times this year, that no matter what happens, this season is a W based upon how much progress we have made. Does something like this continue to make you feel this way? Like, no matter win, lose, or draw, make the playoffs, don't make the playoffs, overall, this season is a net positive for the Panthers. And then after you, I'm going to add someone into the show.
Okay, yeah, it does because we are by far better than we were last year. But all that being said, when do we reach that point, guys? Okay, a while ago I heard somebody say, I would think it was Alex, say we still got to build around Bryce. And if y'all didn't know, I said on my podcast yesterday that we could use a receiver. Honestly, Cole even mentioned that as much as he was against it at one point, adding a receiver, you could see that in the offseason. I can too, but I want to throw this out there. When do you say enough? Do you give Bryce Young? Bryce Young will likely get his 5th-year option. Do you give him a large contract and still say we're building around Bryce? When do you reach that point where, okay, it's time to move on? You gonna go
it's the 5th year.
I mean, let me get done talking. Is Bryce going to be 49 and a half years old, and I'm going to be in a nursing home before you finally decide maybe we shouldn't keep building around Bryce Young? When do you reach that point?
I'm done with Bryce Young.
I'm getting tired of waiting for that point.
Let
me welcome in Anthony.
Okay, can I respond, please?
Yeah, let me let Anthony go, and then you're right after him, Chooks. Anthony, Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year, bro.
Welcome back to the Free for All.
Happy New Year,
bro.
Yeah, Happy New Year, boys. Happy New Year, man. Listen, let me tell you, the Panthers are making the playoffs, man. We're making the playoffs. And like, listen, I get it, and Pickle, I love you, brother. I get it. We're better than last year, but this division has been so bad where it's like I feel like I'm after this year, man. Like I'm gonna stop with the baby steps for this team. I really am. We don't play in the NFC North. We don't play in the NFC West. We don't play in the NFC East, right? Like, it's always been there, man. It's just like Cody just reading the article, because our front office was so bad, it just kept us behind the 8 ball. But to answer your question about Bryce Young, I'm right there with you, man. Listen, for me, and Cody knows this, like, quarterbacks get paid off of statistics, right? That's just kind of how it goes. Bryce Young's statistics, he has yet to throw for 3,000 passing yards. His passer rating is in the middle to lower quartile of the league. He's not getting a bag. He's not Dan Morgan's not that stupid. The reason he paid guys like J.C. Horn and Derek Brown is because they are like consistently at the top of their game on the field, right? Bryce Young has not been that. Will he get the 5th year? Potentially. the whole building around Bryce thing, I still think, yeah, we should go out. I said in the chat today, I would go out and try to sign like Wan'Dale Robinson if Bryce is going to be here next year, a little scat guy that can get open. Because like Xavier Legette's not it, and you kind of drafted him to be there with Bryce, and he just hasn't developed at all. I think T-Mac's great. Again, we haven't really seen what T-Mac can do downfield because of our passing game. I think Coker's all right. I think he's a little overrated by the fan base. Like, he's going to have like less than 900 yards in 2 years. He's really not that special. I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. I still think you can build around Bryce by drafting players, but I'm kind of with Pickle. Like, I'm not willing to pay this guy just because some of the games have just been it's just too up and down. It's too up and down, right? I know we're a young team. I honestly think we've been winning this year because of the talent of the 2025 draft class, because of the free agents, because of the front office. That's my opinion. I feel like the coach and head coach have been very inconsistent, but I'll stop there for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Let me let Chooks go. Go ahead, Chooks.
All right, to respond to you, Pickle, no, I'm not in the sense of giving excuses. That post is basically saying that we have came a far long way from Matt Rule and Scott Fitterer to able to right the wrongs of that. It takes time. Yes, I would give a 5th year. I wouldn't give a bag. I will get the 5th year. I will definitely stop blame. You can't just stop blaming, what happened with Matt Rule and Scott Fitterer, how they fucked up this organization. But you also have to have context with that. And with that being said, it is a kind of a miracle that we're in a playoff position with the kind of roster we have, to be honest with you. And you have to be honest with yourself. I think different, and that's fine. But if you gave yourself 8 and 9 wins, and today would be, most people thought it was going to be 7 or 8 or 6. This should be in a sense that the way of moving forward, it should be a miracle that we're even in the playoff spot. I agree with that post wholeheartedly. Now, Anthony, if you're talking about next year is full go and no excuses, I'm with you on that. But when it comes to this year, this is plus money to me. I think Panther fans in majority are forgetting the doldrums of the last couple of years and how the roster was really fucked up.
Yes.
Chuck, and it's surprising. And before I'm finished, and it's very surprising that you don't stand with this post, because you, Ant, were saying back in before we had the number 1 pick that the roster is completely gone. Brandon Smith was cut, or Barno was cut. All these picks were cut. In the draft class from Scott Fitterer, and you was banging the table the loudest, Ant, for Fitterer to be fired. And you was right, but you're not going to give enough grace for this roster being trashed.
Let me rebuttal. I didn't finish okay, so yes, that is true. That post was my exact thoughts, right? Of like Scott Fitter. My whole thing is you have been gifted a golden opportunity. This is not, I get it. This is hold on, Chuck. This is a plus, right? To make the playoffs. But I honestly don't think fans understand how much making the playoffs and potentially having a winning record this year, breaking the streak, getting out of this curse would mean to this city. And I just think because you also have a backup plan in Atlanta who they're playing the Saints with like 10 starters out, right? And they've been playing good football. And then you have a chance to beat a very bad Bucs team. I'm just saying, like Cody went past that graphic, 78% chance to win the division right now. Like right where we are now, we should make it. If we don't make it, it'll be tough to stomach for me personally, just because like we've been given an opportunity we didn't think we had. And I agree. The roster from where it was, and that's why last year it was hard to evaluate anyone. Remember, I didn't want Dan Morgan as a GM, but I didn't criticize him last year. I barely criticized Canales. I 100% agree. They were giving a horrible situation. But I'm just saying with what we've been given now, the team definitely needs to take advantage of it 100%. Like making the playoffs just would mean so much to me too. As like, dude, me and my dad were PSL owners. we haven't been to a playoff game in 10 years, right? Like 10 years. Like this moment means so much for fans that I think people won't actually realize once we get there in this weekend, because we are going to make the playoffs. I truly believe that.
And the thing is, and we talked about this too, Ant, unfortunately, we lost a couple years with Bryce and the team because of, the malpractice of the front office, head coaching, all of that, and the ownership. We lost a couple years, and unfortunately, fortunately, this year is a year that we have an opportunity, and I think you made a good point. Next year, to me, is the year where we're like, okay, we could reevaluate everything, because I really think there's going to be players on the free agent market next year that are going to truly believe and be like, you know what? I rock with Canales, man. I fuck with Bryce Young. I think I'll come here and see what happens. I think if Carolina makes a playoff push and they're in here, I think there's going to be a lot of free agents wanting to at least try and come here and build from it. So, to me, we still have a lot of building to do on this team. There's so many holes. I told Pickle last year, I know a lot of people weren't fans of Evero and still aren't. But the thing was, I thought last year there was a lot of injuries and people were like, excuses. But guess what? Our defense this year, full 180. This is a different defense. This is a different ball club.
There's even rumors that Evero is on the short list to be the next Giants head coach.
No, if you want to interview him, for what it's worth. I 100% understand that, because it's real clear. Evero's contract's up in February.
Right.
Okay. If you're looking at a new head coach, chances are you're going to also have to go out and get a new coordinators. So it's going to 2-for-1 deal. You can, for example, and multiple teams do this. Tepper did it under. It's been done for years and decades, and if you don't like it, too fucking bad. But that's the way it always does. They're going to bring Evero in. I'm assuming the Giants. They're going to chat with him and talk to him about the defenses run, the style of defenses run, what makes his defense go. And then they're going to talk to him about the head coach. They may not really have any real true feelings to hire him as a head coach, but he does fit. And I'm going to be fair to say this. He fits the NFL's situation to hire a coach.
You can say a Rooney Rule.
Minority, Minority is the word I'm looking for. I forgot the word.
Well, the Rooney Rule, like what Chuck said.
The Rooney word. The Rooney word is fine. Okay, but he fits that. And what they can do is bring Evero in, and then and this hypothetically hire somebody else. Mike McCarthy was on that list too, wasn't he? Hire Mike McCarthy. And then turn around and understand they hire him right before the Super Bowl. Evero's still available. So on February the 2nd, when his contract's up, they hire him as a defensive coordinator and they give him head coach money.
Right. But look, I wanna keep it Panther. I wanted to say this real quick. I heard the back and forth between Ant and Chooks. And me and Anthony have talked before, and I told him straight up the truth. Bryce Young, if you love Bryce Young or if you hate Bryce Young, he is going to be the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, in my opinion, for the next not 1, but 2 years.
Yes.
And the reason why I say this is because Bryce Young is 2 different quarterbacks. As you see, I have the passing charts on the screen of his record-breaking performance against the Falcons. 31 of 45, 448 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That is Bryce Young. But the truth of the matter is the one on the right is also Bryce Young. Bryce Young was 14 of 24 against Seattle, 54 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Bryce Young, as a quarterback, has been painfully inconsistent. I have said for a while now, I view Bryce Young as on a Tua Tagovailoa trajectory, meaning if you look at Tua's career, his best year with the Miami Dolphins was year 4. And it was after that he ended up getting paid with the Dolphins. I think they're going to spend another year building around Bryce, trying to build up the weapons around him, building up the defense, and getting all the juice worth the squeeze that they traded when they gave up all of that draft capital to move up to number one to get him. Those glimpses that you see on the left in that passing chart is every bit of the reason why they are going to justify giving Bryce every single chance available to him, even if it might be at the detriment to the team. I believe he will be the quarterback for at least the next 2 years.
And honestly, that is very I totally agree with what you're saying. And to me, it's also like there's not really like to me, right? It feels like okay. I think Cody's onto something because like let's say we finish right because Bryce missed a game, right? So right now he's 8-7 as a starter. Let's say we win tomorrow. He finishes 9-7 as a starter. That to them, I feel like could be a good like a good starting point into like, okay, we bring him back next year, unless like some crazy option becomes available, and who knows, right? We bring him back next year. We'll continue to build this team because that's what Dan's like. He's going to continue to build the roster. Like Alex said, if we win the division, there's going to be some bigger free agent that wants to come here. It always happens. And then next year, they're probably going to just see if our ceiling is capped with Bryce Young. If Bryce Young can only take us to, if Bryce Young is a first round exit, then like we'll know that next year, right? Because there's going to be more pressure. The roster's going to be better. There's going to be another draft. And like, hey, we finished first in the division. We're going to be playing the hardest schedule out of the division. So there's going to be a lot more on the table to be able.
And guess what? I'm sorry to interrupt, but guess who we play next year? We play the NFC North, Bears, Packers, Lions, Vikings, and we play the AFC North, Ravens, Pittsburgh
that's
Steelers.
Nice. Yeah, the Ravens and Pittsburgh look like warmed over pieces of
Well,
shit.
right now the AFC North
They're
is the
worse than
NFC
we are.
South of the AFC.
True.
They're battling it out for that division, but historically they are good football teams in that division. But I understand what you're saying too. Right now, the NFC North, that's a good division, and the Bears. But by the way, but also, and I want to bring this up just while we're on the topic of Bryce. And poor Jake, I know he's so tired of talking about Bryce. I know, brother. I hear you, man. But you bring up that we're going to play the Bears next year. Caleb Williams is only 270 yards away from being the first 1,000-yard passer, or 3,000 or 4,000. Pardon me, 4,000-yard passer in the history of the Chicago Bears. And you are kidding yourselves if you think that won't be held against us if Caleb Williams does end up doing that, considering we gave them that pick to draft Caleb Williams. So, dude, the clock is well, you can say it don't matter, but it does. The clock is ticking on Bryce Young as a football player. And how about this? This Sunday's game is going to be a brilliant opportunity for this organization to see Bryce put them over the edge, for the fan base as well, for Bryce to be the reason that we win tomorrow and not lose.
100%, 100%. And like, I love how you bring up, Cody. I love how this graphic shows, because that's why Bryce is it's so hard it's frustrating, because it's like, you see such greatness, and then the next week we forget how to play football. And I think like the one thing that gets you paid in this league is consistency. And like, that's the one thing where I'm just like, fans on Twitter were going after me the other day because I said he hasn't earned a big contract. It's not because I'm hating on him. It's just like, you would be crazy to think Dan Morgan is going to
commit. This bullshit.
you would be crazy
Hold
to
on,
think
people.
Dan Morgan is crazy. I mean, Dan Morgan would be crazy to give this guy a 5-year extension. Like, even I would maybe understand it this year if he was like having some crazy statistical year, like he like 4,000, like 3,700 yards, like 35 touchdowns, 7 picks or something like that.
They're not
But
even giving C.J. Stroud an extension. Why would you give Bryce?
yeah,
If
exactly.
they're not giving C.J.
Well,
Stroud, then they're going to give him.
but hold on. This will be the 3rd year in a row that CJ Stroud will be quarterbacking in the playoffs. That
Yeah,
doesn't
his fifth year option is
mean
going to be a lot higher.
that doesn't
And,
mean nothing.
and
To me, that's a difference, though. There's a difference with Stroud and Bryce Young when it comes to, and I'm not saying the talent for talent. What I'm saying is the organization to organization. The Texans are a better organization. I hate to say it, but it is.
The Texans are historically a cheap ass organization. They just are. You can talk the talk, you can walk the walk. So far, the Texans talk the talk, but they do not walk the walk.
No,
That's why the only way Deshaun Watson got his contract when he was there was by holding out. He didn't get it because they just were nice and sweet.
Who said the Houston Texans are a great organization?
You did just now.
No, I said they're a better organization than Carolina has been.
All right, same difference. Same difference.
That's not. They can be better than us.
They wanted.
Okay. They're better at selecting players in the draft. They're not necessarily a better runner.
Well, but again, it's like two of one, half a dozen of the other.
How long did it take them?
The Panthers. How about this? The Texans have been in more playoff appearances than we have, but they've never been to a Super Bowl, and we've been to 2 of them. So it's all subjective in the end. But I'm just saying, if you were just comparing quarterbacks,
I want consistency.
Okay, they were smarter than we were. How's that?
Look,
Bryce Young.
They backed out of trading to the 1st overall pick.
Well, this too, but we can't be contradictory here because as Cody 10 minutes ago brought up the article, not the article, the long thread from that guy that was very intelligent about 2023. You look at those years and we really can't say that we're better than some of these people. I mean, we've been in a drought for a long time. Before then, yes. The 2010s, we were one of the best ran organizations. We drafted extremely well. We got timely free agents. We had a culture. But what you're seeing now, and I think Alex brought it up, is some of those years early on in the Tepper era were just wash away years. I was thinking about this to myself. It feels so good being a fan of this team right now. But in the back of my head, I'm like, damn, we could have had this type of success 2 or 3 years earlier if just a couple decisions were made a different way. And that's why I always bring up this division, because it is a gift to play in this division. It really is, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah,
we're about to talk about that.
Yeah. So I don't want to take up those shows.
No. You're good. Finish your point.
It's a gift to play in this division, man. And I love how it's a slugfest every year. And I hate our opponents, but every division game is great. It's just I think we should just be happy with where we are, but also understand that there were definitely missed opportunities all along the road for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And if you're a fan and you don't realize there were missed opportunities, that's because you got your glasses on too tight.
Exactly.
That's just fact of it. Because
that's some more Ron Rivera bullshit.
And listen, a lot of it is just experience. You learn, okay, this is a fucked up idea. If you ask Scott Fitterer right now, and I don't know, I'm never planning to ask that man that. If I seen him, I'd probably slap him. But if you ask him flat out, he'll probably tell you maybe trading DJ Moore wasn't such a bright idea, But at the same time, when they figured that out, did Dan go out and blow a lot of money when he became GM on wide receivers? No, he built through the trenches. That's something that the Texans won't do. Okay.
What,
They
built
tried
to
to
the
draft
trenches?
a bunch of offense. Yeah, they didn't go out Stroud. They didn't go out and bring Stroud a better offensive line. Okay, now if I'm CJ Stroud and the Texans want to talk to me about contracts, I need to see a willingness and a dedication to fix that offensive line, or I ain't signing nothing.
Well, the thing
including a
about him
fifth-year
is,
option.
I think just like, we played Seattle last week. I think that you can make a case that the two best defenses in all of football are the Seattle Seahawks and the
Right,
Houston
exactly.
Texans.
The
But
They are
Texans,
swarming.
historically, the Texans are the best defense since 2013.
okay,
I
but
believe
Yeah,
at the
they're
same
balling right now.
at the same time, the Texans built that during that time. They built different than we did. They were more intelligent building their coaching staff than we were. We wanted a offensive coordinator, but we went and got a college coach. Okay, that was after that. But we went out and got an old man. All right, what they do, they went out and got a hot young defensive coordinator and said, "There's a quarterback, go build your defense," and he did, and that's what you got. Now, as far as that chart was comparing Week 11 against the Falcons to Week 17 against the Seahawks. Y'all, those are entirely two different teams, and I don't think that chart.
I agree, but the Seahawks are playing. The Falcons are playing. I hear you, but the Falcons are playing good ball right now. I'm not saying I'm not saying they're on Seattle level. But the point is that Bryce is a 54-yard passer. That is the truth. He is also He's also a 450-yard passer.
That's the truth.
That is going to be the reason that Carolina Panthers will give him every opportunity to become the franchise quarterback that they are hoping that he will be. Look, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this the rest of the night. I wanted to move on to this and move towards the game coming up tomorrow. I'm going to go to Jake and then Michael. I'm going to play this video by Josh Klein, and then we're going to talk about how would you feel if the Panthers made the playoffs because the Atlanta Falcons got them in there. Let's listen to Josh, and then we'll talk about it.
The NFC South playoff picture is absolutely insane. I had to break it down a little bit. After the Falcons beat the Rams last night, it basically makes Week 18 insane and the most NFC Southiest that it could ever possibly be. The easiest path for the Panthers to make the playoffs is just beat the Bucs on Saturday in a national TV standalone game, and you're in the playoffs. That's it. 9-8, over 500 in Dave Canales' second year. Bryce Young's third year would be an incredible feat after going 2 wins 2 years ago, 5 wins last year. Even if they lose and finish 8-9, still a successful season in my opinion. Beat the Bucs on Saturday at Raymond James Stadium and make the playoffs for the Panthers. But here's where it gets crazy. Even if the Panthers lose on Saturday to the Bucs, that means that the Bucs and the Panthers would both be 8-9, and the Bucs would be ahead of the Panthers for first place in the NFC South in that playoff spot because they would have a better record over common opponents. But because the Falcons beat the Rams last night, they're now a game back. And if they beat the Saints on Sunday, so follow me here. Here's where it gets complicated. The Bucs beat the Panthers on Saturday, and then the Falcons beat the Saints on Sunday, and the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Bucs would all be 8-9 because the Panthers would then have a tiebreaker over. See, I'm already confused. It's crazy. If that happens, the first tiebreaker is head-to-head among the 3 teams. The Panthers swept the Falcons this year, so they would then go to the playoffs at 8-9. So even if the Panthers lose on Saturday, they could still make the playoffs by the Falcons winning on Sunday. It's insane. It's the most NFC South thing ever. If you're in Tampa, the Roaring Riot will be there. Lot 14, sitting in section 140.
So let me ask y'all this. Jake, if you're still with me, I'm going to go to you first, man. What are your emotions? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? If the Carolina Panthers, let's just say they went out and they lay an egg against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road. They don't look good, but the Falcons take care of business and beat the Saints, which, by the way, today a whole bunch of players were listed as inactive for the Saints. Chris Olave had a blood clot in his lung. I don't think he will be playing. Brian Brashear was injured. There's a whole bunch of injured players for the New Orleans Saints. So it's looking like a good possibility that Atlanta comes away with a W on Sunday. My question to you, we'll go to Jake and then Michael. How do you feel if the Carolina Panthers make the playoffs because the Atlanta Falcons did the job against the Saints and not the Panthers doing their job against Tampa Bay?
I mean, I'd be disappointed that we didn't beat the Buccaneers, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm be mad that we make it to the playoffs. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not that type of person. We're in, we're in. I don't give a damn. Uh, but like I said, I'd be disappointed that we didn't take care of business with the Bucks. But yeah, I mean, I'd still be happy that we're in the playoffs, man. That's just how I am. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh God," I mean, we don't deserve to be in the playoffs. I mean, I think people quickly forget years and years ago we got in the playoffs with the losing record with Cam Newton. People forgot about that. We did. We got in the playoffs with the losing record, and we had Cam Newton as quarterback. Was y'all disappointed then that we got in the playoffs with the losing record? I wasn't. I was happy to be there.
And we won that game, that playoff game.
Right.
Yeah, man, we've been through so much, man. I don't care how we make it. I'll just get my opinion out of the way. Like, whatever happens, happens, man. But like honestly, I'm like seriously, I think we're gonna beat the Buccaneers. I just don't think. I think they're so mentally drained. The fans want the coach fired. Baker's hurt. Like they have no cornerbacks tomorrow, so hopefully our wide receivers get it going. Like I honestly think we're just gonna beat the Bucs flat out.
Michael, go ahead, bro. How do you feel if the Panthers lose to Tampa, but they make the playoffs because the Falcons win? Does that do anything for your predictions on what the Panthers would actually be able to do in the playoffs?
You know what? I'm gonna be frank with you. I really don't want to rely on a team that gets us into the playoffs. But I mean, yeah, like, listen, I just want to take care of the Bucks. I want Bryce Young to own the Buccaneers just like he did the Falcons. But I mean, if we lose and the Falcons win, you know, I would be okay with that. But at the same time, I don't want to lose to the Buccaneers just to have the Falcons get us in. Like, I want to trust our team this year because I know that we can do it. I want to have that energy, that motivation that we have been wanting for years now. I don't want, something to happen where we're going to have to like rely on the Falcons to get us in. I want us to win this game. I am deeply begging this team to do that for me. I need it to happen. And I just don't want, because like, I'll put it to you like this. Say if we do lose and then like next thing you know, the Falcons lose. Then what are we gonna say then? Like, I don't want to allude to that. I want to win. I want to win so badly that my heart just wants to race. Like it wants to be excited for this team. I just don't want this year to go bad. I don't want it to happen. I don't want to rely on the Falcons too much because I want to rely on us to get the job done. That's all I was gonna say.
I hear you 100%. And let me go to Alex. Alex, let me get your opinion, and then I'll jump on here and play contrarian like I want to do.
Yeah, no, I think Michael said it the best, man. You really did. I think obviously we're all Panthers fans here. We want a W on Saturday. We want to win tomorrow, and we want to have that momentum going into the playoffs, like with a win and having that playoff win and going into the bank the next week and like trying to get a W there. I think at the end of the day, we're going to get an NFC West team, it seems like, whether it's the Seahawks, Niners, or Rams. We're going to get one of those three if we make it. So to me, you never want to rely on another team, but then, you're a fan. So obviously if the Falcons win, we're still going to be happy. We're in the playoffs. It's going to be great. But obviously to have that positive, that momentum going into the following week for playoffs at home, let's get the job done. Let's just get this dub in Tampa.
I think we're all unanimous on that. we want to go to the playoffs by beating Tampa Bay. Like, that's what we want to do. We want to win and make it by putting our foot up Tampa Bay's ass. But, boys, I got to be honest with you, because I'm never just going to outright lie to you. Winning the NFC South because the Falcons won the final game of the year is kind of like taking your mom to the prom. It's like, yeah, you're going to the prom, but you kind of look like a dork, don't you? I know that we have to accept whatever we get, and it would be awesome to make the playoffs. I get it. I understand. Awesome. But I want to feel some pride going into this thing, man. I want to feel like we're playing our hottest football going into the year. And, y'all brought up 2014 earlier and the Panthers having a losing record. Yeah, we did have a losing record in 2014. But Carolina also won their last 4 games of the year and ended their season playing their very best football. That's what I'm wanting. That's what we all want. What I will say is, if the Panthers can beat Tampa on the road, I will at least think that we have a fighting opportunity to beat what it's looking like being as the San Francisco 49ers coming to Bank of America to play a home game. However, if a Tampa Bay Buccaneer team that is spiraling downward, talking about firing their head coach, comes in here and hands us our ass, I'm sorry. I feel like we are sitting there waiting to be feasted upon by the 49ers. And that's not a feeling that I want to feel. I want the Panthers to go in, handle business on their own, and fucking kick ass and take names. I'm sorry if that makes me a bad fan, but that's how I feel. It's not like I'm not going to be watching the game, because I definitely am. Of course I'm going to be watching, but I will not feel good about our chances if we're coming into the game with Tampa having just beaten us. I just won't.
Can I add my 2
You
cents
sure
in?
may, Pickle.
Okay. To me, it's like welfare. And some people may be offended, and if you're offended, I apologize. I don't mean to offend you, but I've never collected welfare a day in my life. Not because there's times I couldn't need it. I just worked too hard, too much, and never qualified for it. So I can say everything I have, I've earned through the sweat of my brow. If I was given everything, and I've talked to people, a relative who's on welfare, who everything he has, it was given to him. He lives in a trailer because his mama gave it to him. He drives a car because his brother gave it to him. His uncle rather. And I mean, he just got everything. He's got 3 kids. He still lives on welfare. Everything he has, somebody else give it to him, or he got it off of government.
Yeah.
He could care
Didn't
less.
bust his ass for it.
He could care less. He really could care less. You talk to him. The government's the evil sons of bitches. Everything's in the world. Everybody's out to get him. He's never earned anything a day in his fucking life. I want the division title. I want to win, but I want to earn it. I want the players to earn it. So when they go to the locker room, they can step back and say, I got this because I earned it. Compared to wait for Tampa to give it to them, then it's like, yeah, whoopee. That's my feeling.
Yeah. I want to wear those T-shirts and hats on that Tampa Bay field tomorrow.
Right.
I want to see it.
That doesn't mean that if they lose and Tampa and the Saints lose, that they're going to turn it down. To me, it just means more, and that's just my opinion, though. Like I said, I'll be happy. I'll be ecstatic if we lose. If we win, probably more so. I won't get a lot of sleep because I'll be too excited Saturday night. But I'll be happy. And if we don't win, but yet we get it because the Falcons won, I'll be happy about it. But I won't be ecstatic.
It's not a done deal regardless, even if we win that game, that we play the 49ers, right? Because they got that head-to-head with the Seattle Seahawks. Correct.
No,
Yeah.
it all. Who we take on is still in the air.
I think there's like 3 teams that it could potentially be for us. I think it's
But
Seahawks.
I tell you who I'd like to play.
We should
I like
know
to play
by
Green
Sunday
Bay.
morning.
So as of right
We
now,
should know by Sunday who we take on.
Okay. Tomorrow night, it's the 49ers and the Seahawks are playing, right? So we play at 4:30, and then I think San Francisco plays Seattle. So San Francisco, if they win, they can go from the 5th seed to the 1 seed. They can still win their division. They're sort of in a similar spot to the NFC South. So it's either of those 2 teams, both of whom have beaten us during the regular season. If we win, we're either going to be playing the Seattle Seahawks at home, a rematch from 2 weeks ago, or we're going to be welcoming Christian McCaffrey back to the bank to play San Francisco at home. That's where we're standing right now.
If I may add, Cody, just briefly, and I don't want to go backward. Just talking about this Seattle game, the one reason that they beat us in Week 17 was because they persistently rushed 4 and got pressure, and that they took the rest of their defense and put them in zone, put them in defense coverage, and that's just how they did it. And they locked up our receivers. So when Bryce took a step back, he didn't have anybody to throw to. He really didn't. Very few people were actually open. Occasionally they was, but Bryce, whether we like it or not, Bryce is still learning what NFL is open compared to college is open. So instead, some quarterbacks in his situation throw a lot of picks. Bryce don't throw picks. He just holds on to the ball at times too long. So nonetheless, if we have to take on the Seattle or the 49ers, our coaches have to grow a little bit and understand how, while they lost the last time, and correct those mistakes. Even if it's even if it's something that they don't feel comfortable doing, they have to do it to get wins. Some of this stuff that we've been going through this year is, well, we just got to keep doing what we're doing and getting better. No, the hell we don't either.
Both those games, Cody, that we lost to Seattle and San Fran, both those games, it came down to turning the ball over in our own territory. Like, we were able to get turnovers, but the difference being was when we turned the ball over, it was in their territory. And I remember I was at the San Fran game. We couldn't stop them on offense. Like, I don't think they even punted the ball all Monday night. So
that's the truth. Yeah. So, CPG, how did you feel, man? How would you feel if the Panthers made the playoffs because the Falcons beat the Saints and not because we beat Tampa?
I've been telling everybody I would rather us handle business, because it's going to feel like a pity playoff appearance if we get in. Not to mention, as the first team in NFC South history to win the division back-to-back, we need to stop Tampa Bay from winning it 5 times in a row. Also, nobody's talking about if we lose and Atlanta loses, it's over.
Yeah, you know what, CBG, if I may say,
Pickle, shout out to Jeff Herbos. He says we might get that EBT playoff spot.
that's a great way to put that.
Yeah.
I chatted with a Tampa Bay Buck fan today, and I called him a liar, and he really went off on me, and several of his Buck playhorns went off on me, and I said, listen, like it or not like it, the Panthers won 3 division titles in a row under Ron Rivera. One of them, we won the division. We went 7-9. That's because everybody else in the division sucked worse than we did.
First team in the division to ever do that.
Right. So Tampa Bay can cop their opinion all they want to, and let's be real. The only reason why they won those 3 in a row was because they got Tom Brady. He won them a title, and then he dumped them. And Tampa Bay's been overrated for a long time, and I don't mind telling them that, because they are. It's the truth. They know most of their fan bases know it already.
They've only won the division that many times in a row because the NFC South has been bad.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
only
that's the
reason.
truth. That's the truth. I do understand why Tampa Bay fans want to move on from Todd Bowles. I'm not even saying that I agree. I'm just saying I understand. It's been absolute collapse on epic proportions that this
I, I,
team has been through.
right. I agree with you, Cody, a while ago. I wouldn't mind having Todd Bowles here as a DC, but I think I would rather have Todd Bowles here than Raheem Morris as a DC. Right.
Yeah, I mean potentially. I don't know. I haven't done all my research into who they are, what the
that's just my
scheme they
opinion.
play.
Right. Well,
My thing is the Panthers have to get a better pass rush,
right.
and I feel like this 3-4
Yes.
defense, in the time that we've had it, has not been very successful in getting after the quarterback, and that's a lot of situational things. We might not have always been the best equipped to run this defense, but I just think if you can only try so long to make something work without making yourself look foolish when it continues to not.
Right. Well, one thing about it, Todd Bowles runs a traditional 3-4 defense. He really does. He runs a tradition. Evero don't run a traditional 3-4 defense, and Raheem Morris runs almost the same type of defense Evero runs. Only he runs it out of a base 4-3 instead of Evero runs the defense out of a base 3-4. It's just about lineups a little different. Uh, Personally, of all those three combined, Raheem Morris is probably the better defense, but Todd Bowles is a more experienced defensive coordinator, and he has multiple years as a successful head. He has some successful head coach experience. I just think his experience on this team with these guys who are already lined up in a 3-4, I think would go wonders. If you bring a guy in who's running a true 4-3 defense, we'll just have too many tackles on this team. That's the truth of it. Some of these tackles, we're just going to have to sit and say, okay, do we want to keep Bobby Brown, or do we want to keep Ashawn Robinson, or do we cut some of the Yerkees? Something got to go. But anyway,
if the Panthers do make the playoffs, who would you rather see, the 49ers or the Seahawks? Like, did that absolute thumping by Seattle makes it where you're like, nah, I don't even want to see what that looks like again.
No, because even though it was a thumping, it really wasn't a thumping because, I mean, honestly, we had numerous chances to take over that game. We just couldn't do nothing on offense. Our defense, to my knowledge and to my opinion, that game was playoff defense. They was lights out until J.C. Horn made a boneheaded decision on defense. Other than that, it was our offense. We could not get nothing on offense. If we would have got some shit working on offense, we possibly could have won that game. I mean, it was there for a take. It was just like San Francisco. We got numerous chances to take over that game. They want us to win. I mean, Sam Darnold was making boneheaded decisions all game long. We just could not take it. We could not take it.
Let me get Michael in. Go ahead, Michael.
Okay, so to be honest with you, I don't care about who we play in the playoffs, like whether it's Seattle or 49ers. I'm going to say right now, if we play one of those two teams, I want revenge big time on both of them. I'm just being honest with you, because like those two games really did not make me happy because like the fact that we lost both of those games. But respectfully, whoever we play at home, I want to get revenge on those teams badly because like, listen, as much as I don't like our division rivals, the one that I don't want to see the one I want to see the most, like that we want to beat, would be Seattle because of what J.C. Horn did in that game. But more importantly, at this point, either one of those two teams would be fine with me to take at home. And I just want us to win so badly in the playoffs because, like, listen, I know that we lost those two games, but listen, if we play one of those two games at home, mark my words, I'm just telling you right now, we better get those revenge games because listen, I don't want karma being a bad thing for us in the playoffs.
Yeah. No, great point, Michael. And both of those games against Seattle and San Francisco, for the majority of those games, they were close. They were close, and we were taking the football away too. We are a team that gets turnovers. Now, we don't always fail, or we don't always succeed scoring points off of those turnovers. But I do want to say this, man, just about San Francisco. You have to be impressed by what they have done this year, dude. They have been hurt. They've been missing like over half of their salary cap. They don't have a consistent pass rush without Nick Bosa, and Brock Purdy missed a bunch of time, but they are still in the running to be the number 1 seed. And to me, that's just incredibly impressive. I think that you can make the case that either Dave Canales or Kyle Shanahan could be in the running for Coach of the Year, just based on, one, the Panthers even being in the playoff push, like that tweet by Tacos alluded to earlier, and San Francisco overcoming all of the things that they've been through this year. I do think that's pretty impressive. For the story of it all, I kind of think I would rather play San Francisco, just for McCaffrey to come back to Bank of America Stadium and for us to beat them. I think that we have a better chance of beating San Francisco. I think we're just a better matchup with them, if I'm being honest.
They should break him. Yeah, I'm cool with playing whoever we play. I'm hoping we just got to be loud at the bank. I think our fans got to show up and show out. And I was just seeing a video today. How cool would it be? To get Cam Newton to bang the drum in that fourth quarter when it's a close game in the playoffs, man. It would be so awesome. Loud. It'd be crazy in there. Like we've all talked about, man. It's been 10 years since we won a division. Like, it's been so long. It's been 8 years since we've been in the playoffs. Like, this is just – I'm hoping this team comes out and plays on tomorrow. Like, I really do. I hope tonight they get a good night's sleep and just realize, like, man, tomorrow is going to be a big day, and we got to come out and show out for our fans. I'm excited as a fan.
Yeah,
dude.
absolutely.
Nobody's talking about it really, but you guys were talking about the defense earlier, which I agree. The turnaround the defense has had this year is insane, but nobody's talked about, like, some games where the offense just seems like we can't get anything going. You can tell Dave Canales is trying out new plays, but my thing is, like, when it's a big game, big time game, games on the line, why are you trying out things to see if they work instead of calling plays we run well and are highly efficient?
Yes. We are, dude, we're a team that just, depending on who shows up, we're either world beaters or we're getting beat up because we're beating ourselves. It's infuriating at times, knowing what team is going to show up. And I think that's a big part of this game. Could the Panthers beat any of the teams left in these playoffs here? Absolutely. But it just depends on what version of the Carolina Panthers are going to show up. And I think that's really relevant to the conversation.
Yeah, hopefully the better Carolina team. I feel like the defense has somewhat been steady this year, it seems like. Yeah, they've had a little bit down, but for the most part, they've been pretty consistent through this whole time, through the ups and downs of the wins and losses. I feel like it's the offensive side of the football is where we're kind of like, sometimes it looks good, sometimes it looks bad. I haven't seen a huge game from Rico Dowdle in a while. That would be nice to see that tomorrow. Obviously, I still feel like, for us as a football team, like, our identity, I know a lot of people say, well, Carolina doesn't really have an identity. To me, the identity goes play great defense, run the football, don't turn the football over. And it's not, to me, it's not Bryce throwing for 350. It's more of like Bryce throws somewhere in that 180 to 220 mark. So, I mean, plain and simple to me, that seems like that's Carolina identity for this year.
Yeah. Don't turn the ball over. You're right. It's Bryce probably throwing anywhere from 125 to 170 yards. Maybe a touchdown or two, and just overall running the football. We talked a little bit earlier about Rico Dowdle having a bunch of incentives. Get him those incentives, man. Let him be $1,250,000 richer after the end of this game. Go ahead, Pickle.
Y'all realize Rico Dowdle, the last time he had over 58 yards, the last time he had over 59 yards rushing was against Green Bay. He had 130. He's only rushed for over 100 yards rushing 3 times this year. Miami, he had 206. Dallas, he had 183. And Green Bay, he had 130. Other than that, he's never had any yards over 59 yards.
I think part of that is
the Jets, he had 79 yards. And
I think part
of
that is they give up on the run, man.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So they give up on the run. But Bryce can't find somebody open, or they can't get open, whatever this case may be. I'm gonna be bluntly honest, and I'll just say it the way I feel, like Cody. He may not like it. If you take on Tampa, or I haven't seen, let me put it this way, I haven't seen anything from our current offense, nor do I expect to see it tomorrow, that tells me our coaching staff, our quarterback, and our entire offense has learned from the Seattle or the 49er game how to get better and win against a better team other than the Bucs. Are we better than the Bucs? I believe we are.
Yeah.
Can we go out and beat the Falcons, or can we go out and beat? If we were taking on the Falcons that you're seeing on TV now, I believe they'd thump our ass.
Pickle, I said this earlier, and a bunch of people got pissed off at me when I said right now the two teams that are playing the best football in the NFC South right now are the teams that are eliminated. It's the Falcons and the Saints. And a whole bunch of people got all pissy and got a bunch of sand in their badge. Whatever, dude. I'm telling you what I'm seeing with my own 2 eyes. Both of those teams are playing more consistent, more dominant football than the Panthers and the Bucs are right now. I'm sorry.
I would say this.
The problem with what you said the other day was it was surrounding the division title gigs. And I understand that. Well, I understood what you were saying, but at the same time, I feel that, why did the Bucs decide to wait till after they were eliminated to figure out what the fuck they were doing? It ain't like Kurt Cousins was hurt and couldn't play. No, he was fine. Okay. Now the Saints, to their credit, are developing their rookie quarterback. I respect that. But they traded a bunch of players away. So, I don't feel sympathy to neither one of them because they've been treated unfairly. Fuck that shit. They wanted to win the division. By God, they should have started playing better earlier in the season.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was saying they're being treated unfairly. That's just my opinion, saying that they're playing good ball right now.
Right now, yeah. But at the same time, who are they playing? I mean, are they playing teams that are really scared to death of them? No.
Well, the Rams have also sort of fallen off. Now, we also beat the Rams. Let me let Alex go. Go ahead,
The Rams
Alex.
can't stop the run.
I was just going to say real quick, Cody, those two teams have been playing better football, But the consistent part, I feel like Carolina's been consistent. Win loss, win loss, win
Yeah.
loss. They've been pretty consistent.
We are consistently inconsistent. I agree.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Right. The Bucks are consistent. They're consistently losing.
they've been losing. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
What we've always thought they are, losers. We've always known that.
But I just want to make sure that we are all clear that as we sit here right now, chances are the Carolina Panthers are going to be the first seed in the NFC South. We're the number one team in the division. The New Orleans Saints, they're hurt right now. They're missing a bunch of players. And if you go by my previous logic of Atlanta playing their best ball right now, man, dude, it's like win or lose. It seems like the Panthers are going to be hosting their first home playoff game in the bank since 2015. That's 10 years, boys. 10 years, because it was January 2016, the last time the Panthers had a home playoff game in here.
Yeah.
I need Brad Isaac and Dave Canals to stop playing patty cake, and get their heads out their ass and start driving this damn ball down the field. Play calling wild. I'm sick and tired of it. I keep hearing Bryce Young, but he ain't the one damn calling damn plays down the field. Look, when we had, I still love Dave Canals. I love to hire still to this day, but I do think it hurt him as a play caller having his best friend as a guy helping him game plan. I really did. I think he needed a veteran offensive coordinator to help push him when it came to play calling, and he don't have that. He has his best friend.
I agree, Jake. I think there are times where even if Bryce Young throws the ball down the field and it's an incomplete pass, at least the defense, they'll respect you a little bit more, because it just seems like everything's underneath. Everything's underneath. Mm-hmm. It's screen plays. It's quick passes. And some of the plays that I watch, I'm like, man, like they're not even getting to the sticks. It's like, at least get to the sticks. Like, I mean, right.
And Alex, to be fair, could it be our receivers are not getting open? And if they're not getting open, why? Are we did going out and getting who was it? Cody, help me remember. Who was it that said they're all similar of the same receivers?
Say again.
Somebody said the Panther wasn't high on our Panther receiving core because he said they're all basically the same receiver.
I believe Steve Smith I said that.
Yeah. They're all basically the same possession style receivers. None of them has true elite speed. The closest guy, now I'm not counting Jimmy Horn Jr., who come out with a video who said he's not all about speed, but the only one that has a potential to have a breakaway speed is Xavier Legette. And he can't catch or can't run a route anyway. If he was to run straight line forward, I real serious think he would step out of line somewhere. If he lined up at the center of the damn motherfucking field and run a straight line, he'd screw up somewhere or drop that bitch.
So also, he's got to know by now you're not in the SEC anymore. Get both feet down on the sideline.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And Canales and Brad Isaac both are former wide receivers coaches. It ain't like they don't know what they're doing.
Well, here's the thing too, Pickle, is that I really think that it comes down to creativity too. I mean, we just talked about it a couple weeks ago that we don't even have a QB sneak, and we finally did something with Mitchell Evans. Like he had a little QB sneak. I actually liked the play call. I liked the creativity there. We got it. But the thing is,
I wish they
would like
a little
bit more I'd like a little more creativity with XL. Like get him the ball in open. Yeah. I mean, get him the ball in open space.
I showed that quarterback sneak the week before they did it last week, before the game on my show on Monday night at 7 o'clock. I showed that a clip of Mitch Evans doing that. And I said, why can't they do that? Lo and behold, Sunday he actually did that. And but that's it. And that was my point when they said we're figuring it out. I'm like, what the fuck? Canales, you've been here for 2 fucking years. It's week 7, 16, 15, and you just now realizing you need to figure this shit out.
Well, it's 2 years
Come
as a
on,
head
man.
coach, but it's
You
3
get
years as
paid
a
as a
play
head
caller.
coach to do something besides wait till 2 years before you get there. What are you gonna do? Tell me you just now realized Bryce Young's 5'10"?
My question is, does that mean that we're 1 year removed? So if you're saying that the Panthers, that Steve Smith was right, we needed someone who isn't just a possession receiver. That on top of the fact that XL has seen his snap count diminish pretty much every week. Like, it's undeniable that Xavier Legette and Bryce Young do not have a very good connection. Like, that's just the undeniable truth at this point in time. So does that mean that we need another offseason to get another kind of receiver on this team? Or is it just as simple as getting someone like Jimmy Horton Jr. more involved in what we're trying to do?
Well, it couldn't hurt. But shout out to Dream58 in the chat who says XL has to catch the ball first before he does anything else with it. That's kind of incorrect, my friend. He caught the ball a few times in the last couple of weeks, but he lands out of bounds. And if you catch a ball out of bounds, it don't matter that you catch that ball or not. If your foot lands out of bounds, it's still incomplete. It doesn't no good. So before he learns to catch it, he makes to figure out that he's actually in bounds to catch it.
A lot of it's just coaching too, man. It's not just the Panthers; it's around the league. Like, coaches are overcomplicating things. Like, we just come off a generation of some of the greatest coaches and quarterbacks ever. So you can almost tell a lot of coaches are scared to be bold because they don't want to lose their jobs. Because like the Packers, when they played the Ravens last week, I think Josh Jacobs carried the ball 4 times, and the commentary all night was saying they can't run the ball. Malik Willis has been their whole run. Well, nobody can run the ball if you only run it 4 times.
Right. You got to give him a chance. I mean, you know what, CBG? And I said this before, and people laughed at me, but you probably won't. The fans and the owners today could not handle a John Fox offense. They could do it. They
would think it was boring as hell.
Exactly. They couldn't handle it here in Carolina. The fan base today would lose their ever living flipping mind if he got up in front of the broadcast and said 3 runs and a punt, but a punt is a good play. They'd lose their living mind.
John Fox played field position every week.
He did. But he also believed in running behind a true fullback. And
he trusted that defense too.
Yeah, his defense came first. Let's just be clear. His defense came first. He didn't go spend a first-round pick on an offensive player unless it was offensive lineman.
Go ahead, Jake.
We haven't really talked about it too much because, hell, we got so many problems on offense here lately. But I really do think our offensive line's been way better at pass protection than they have run protection. I think they've been I've watched several times where whether Bryce is handing the ball off to Chuba or he's handing it off to Rico Dottle, that the defenders are already back there as they're already handing the ball off. Like, they have no chance to go nowhere. I do think we have to get better up front offensive line when it comes to run blocking. Like, whether it's them playing mean, aggressive, moving bodies, I don't know what they got to do, but they got to do something to make these running lanes better.
I thought they've been decent, but last week against Seattle on the 4-man set, like, I didn't think they were that great. I think they were getting to Bryce pretty quickly, and there was only four down guys like getting at him. But like, besides that, I feel like they've been playing somewhere in that middle of the pack offensive line, like right in the middle.
How much of that do y'all think Robert Hunt hurts us? Listen, I'm not going to be like, I love Austin Corbett. He's our
you mean not having Robert Hunt?
Yeah, yes. Well, his absence is bothering them. Austin Corbett's a nice guy. He's a great for the city, and he does all he can for the kids and all that. But as far as on the field,
He's a people mover. Robert Hunt is a people mover.
Yeah, exactly. Austin Corbett is just barely hanging in there at pass blocking. He's definitely not a run blocker, and never.
No, you're right. You're right.
And
Pickle.
that's a lot to do with the issue.
We paid him a lot of money, Robert Hunt.
Right.
That's why. That's the thing is,
right.
He's. I think we paid him the most on our line. So
yeah, and to be honest with you, if you think about it, I like Cade Mays. Y'all know that, but Cade Mays is doing what he can. He's not got enough experience to do the right guard and the center position at the same time. He's just not that guy.
He shouldn't have to.
I really think some of our issue is. I think some of our issue is the coaches are just in love with Austin Corbett. They just are. Is he a smart? He may be the smartest offensive lineman we got, but if he can't be on that field and be physical as he needs to be, it doesn't matter how smart he is.
I think a part of the reason why they like Austin Corbett so much is they reward him for his versatility. The fact that he's been able to play guard and center in a pinch for them. It's sort of like Brady Christensen, who, God, we could so use right now. It sucks that guy is injured.
Well, him too.
Austin Corbett and his ability to kind of be whatever position on the O-line we need him to be. At least in the interior, has really benefited him. But also, I did want to throw this in there too, boys. DeMarcus Lawrence made Ike Ekwonu look silly.
DeMarcus Lawrence is a good player, though. It's not like he's a
He is. I'm not saying he's not.
Right.
But it's like, dude, those moments, though. Like, he had a great game earlier this year against Micah Parsons, and we all sang his praises. And then Lawrence comes in, and it's like you see sort of that same hesitation from Icky that you saw earlier in his career. Now, maybe it's just a snowball rolls downhill fast, and everything was going bad, so therefore everything started going bad for Icky.
Well, yeah, and if
the technique was not very good.
Right. Well, if you look at a guy like Icky, he's never been excellent in pass blocking. We know that. Came here in the first round. We all knew he was going to have issues pass blocking. And this year he's learning how to be a pass blocker. He's learning how to be a balanced offensive lineman. Then he turns around and has a game in Seattle where none of the receivers are getting open. The quarterback's hanging onto the ball. He don't know what to do with the ball. And then you expect Icky to hold that guy for longer than 2 seconds. Shit, that ain't going to happen. It's like, dude, it's like taking a kid who's just learning how to drive. He's maybe drove 2 months in his whole life and tossing him the keys and say, I got pneumonia. I'm going to sleep in the back seat. Take me from Tennessee to I need to go to Charlotte. Drive 2.5 hours to Charlotte. I'll be sleeping in the back. Yeah, you trust that kid to do that? He'll do as best as he can, but chances are you're gonna get fucked somewhere down that road. So, that's exactly what that is like to me. And it's not that I'm defending Icky, is more of Icky's like everybody else. He's finally got coaching that's helping him, and he's learning. And he's going to have a rough game, especially when everybody on the offense is having a rough game. When Austin Corbett can't hold himself up, and Bryce can't find anybody open because nobody's getting open. And when somebody does get open, Bryce is scared to throw it to him, or won't throw it to him, or for whatever reason. And to top all that off, your starting tight end that you really are starting to like breaks his ankle. So, to me, I don't hold that one game hard against Icky. I would still give Icky a contract extension at the end of this year.
Oh, he is. I don't even know. That's we're talking about Bryce Young getting his 5th-year option earlier. Icky's definitely getting extended. 100%.
Right.
I think the worst year Icky had was probably his second year. He had a bad sophomore slump, but he's gotten better.
Right. He has. And he's going to have games where it flops, but and like when I sat down and I tried to rewatch the game, I rewatched and I know Cody criticized Icky a little bit, and I was trying to watch, but I couldn't really concentrate on Icky because of everybody else. And several plays, I was watching just Inky, and my attention got to drift to all the other mistakes. And finally, I said, well, no wonder Inky can't block good, because everybody else is screwing up too. So, and I mean,
I do think the Robert Hunt, if he was out there, it would make it dramatically different. I really do. I feel
yeah, I
like
do too.
if Robert Hunt was out there right now, fully healthy, our offensive line was
It
fully
would make a
healthy,
dramatic.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't have to
exactly.
worry about
He'd
nobody
be a
out there. Like
leader.
I wouldn't have
Right.
to worry about nobody. I wouldn't go into
Right.
a football game and say, "Hey, I need to worry about this guy. I got to watch him the whole game."
Right. I doubt Robert Hunt would have stepped on Bryce Young's foot and broke it, twisted it. I doubt that. Real serious.
I mean, look, man, I really don't even hold that against him. It's like it's kind of a bang situation. They're
Mhm.
in the play, and it happens. It happens to a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL.
No,
But
I'm not.
my thing is that there is a cohesion that happens when the Panthers are able to run the football effectively, and I
Right.
think that if as it's very simple football knowledge to your layperson, it might be counterintuitive, but running the football effectively allows you to open up your passing attack. And I really do think it's as simple as getting Rico Dowdle going, man. Get Chuba and Rico touches, be aggressive, mean running the football, and then take your chances to take selective shots downfield. The offense has to respond. The defense, for the majority of this year, has done their part, except for when our offense leaves them out on the field, can't ever capitalize off turnovers, or the offense is turning the football over, therefore giving the defense terrible field position to work with. Like, if we do what we did against the Seattle Seahawks, against Tampa Bay, expect Mike Evans to have a huge fucking game against the Panthers at home in Tampa for them. The Carolina Panthers, for the most part, they shut down Mike Evans this last time that we played him, which is something we normally don't do. But if we're gonna do that, again, the Panthers cannot turn the ball over and put our defense in terrible situations. That's going to cause them, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to be able to play their best, most relaxed football. And we cannot let that happen.
Cody, I believe one of our best units.
Oh, Lord. Troy Steele is asking Grock to put pickle in a G-string. Let's not.
Oh no!
Let's not. Let's not.
No.
Troy Steele, brother, I appreciate you, man, but I don't swing that way, brother. I appreciate you though. You do you, and I'll do me, and we'll.
He said bathing suit. Oh, I don't even know about that. Let's not.
No.
Let's not and say we did. How about that?
No, let's just go on to football.
Let's just win tomorrow. How about that? Let's just win tomorrow.
Yeah.
Keep pounding.
Shit, he'll be looking like a Panthers cheerleader out here. We ain't trying to say all that.
Damn, y'all.
Come on now.
Y'all some messed up people.
Hey, Pickle might be in his bathing suit if we win tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
Pickle don't wear bathing.
We're going streaking.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The last time I jumped into a lake, didn't have any clothes on.
Oh, you know what?
Man.
This is my fault. I didn't even need to read that comment. I take full responsibility.
I mean,
Pickle.
it is after dark. You know what?
All right, yeah, I know. But go ahead and shut the hell up. Let's move on.
Jake, do they want to see Pickle after dark?
No,
I don't think so.
No,
I hope the piranhas wasn't biting Pickle.
Oh Lord. I don't know, man. I'm also worried about Mike Evans, just because he's Mike Evans, and even though we shut him down once, to me it's like a whole nother thing to shut him down again.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to talk about. You got me all out of whack up here.
Blame Troy, not me.
I am, but our best unit this year has been our corners, our secondary. It really has.
Yeah,
it's been our best unit.
J.C. Horn and Mike Jackson have been a really good tandem.
Yeah,
that's the reason why I'm not as worried.
Right,
because they're both healthy.
If we would figure out get a pass rusher and them to play next year like they do this year, we could have an elite defense because they are very much shutting people out. Shout out to Mike Jack. I hope he gets 2 more interceptions in tomorrow's game, and he'll get an extra 500,000.
According to Cody, Crosby's on the way, y'all. We have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, that's all hype. No,
Incoming.
that's all substance.
Max Crosby.
Yeah.
Said, get me the fuck out.
And I traded Rico down for a linebacker on Madden.
No. Max Crosby said, get me out of Sin City and get me back to God's country in the Carolinas where he needs to be.
He never said no such shit.
He did. I heard it in my dream.
That Carolina Blue.
Your dream, maybe.
That Carolina Blue. That sweet Panther living. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, let me welcome Surfside Steve back on the free-for-all. Steve, how are you, brother? Happy New Year, man.
Oh, Happy New Year to you guys, too, man. I'm excited. I'm so excited, man, about tomorrow's game.
Love it.
We're in the second year of a rebuild and knocking on the playoff door. I can't believe both can happen at the same time.
Yes, sir. How do you feel about that matchup tomorrow? What do the Panthers need to do to be successful, control our own destiny, and put Tampa Bay away, Steve? What do we need to do?
Have a complete game on all 3 phases, man, like they always talk about they want to do. And I'm just always – Mike Evans is the only thing I'm always worried about because he's been killing us for like 100 years, it seems. But I'm pleased. I like the team. They're looking good. They're healthy enough. And if we can get Robert Hunt for the playoffs, I would like that a lot also. But if not, we'll just keep juggling. So I think the staff has done a good job getting the right plays in there. And we've laid a few eggs this year, of course, but then we won games that we shouldn't have won. So and I don't care if you start hot and cold or the opposite way around. It's not my fault that Tampa started great and sucks now. And it's not my fault that the Falcons and the Saints sucked at the beginning. Now they're good. Too bad.
Can I ask y'all a question? And it's just for anybody. Years ago, the Panthers used to have their own jet. They had their own plane. Do they not? They don't have that anymore? I thought that's the same plane they used to fly.
I thought that every team owned.
Not every team, I don't think.
Plane.
Well, the Panthers used to. Was that owned solely by Jerry Richardson and not?
But you're gonna tell me that David Tepper can't afford?
He better have his own plane
for these players.
No, he don't. I mean, they're showing Twitter. The Charlotte Airport posted all. Hell, I can share it with Cody. You can put it right there on there.
God, I hope they at least get first class. Shit. God.
They got him in economy class. They're like, y'all didn't win enough games for first class. I've
always thought they had their own jet, where they can have, stuff to help them out or whatever, like, maybe a teaching or something shit.
Tepper flew Nalo in after he got drafted in that jet. I remember that. I remember coming off the jet.
But that's what I've seen. Maybe it's just too small. Maybe it's not big enough for the entire
squad.
team.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend the sound though. It's not helpful.
No, I turn that shit off.
God, surely Dave could afford a better jacket. Go to many colors over there. I shouldn't say that. Maybe a dog.
He already spent too much money on his own private jets. That's what it is.
Was that what it is? Well, he got cheap ripped off. That's an American jet.
A name that's gonna go unnoticed is James Mitchell. I'm gonna be watching that man.
Look at where we're flying JetBlue now.
Bit during the game.
Yeah, so that's it.
James Mitchell.
Yes,
we
sir.
went from owning our own jet to go to cheap route, and Tepper got all that money. What can I say? He has to save it. Poor old Dave. Yeah.
Well, he has to save it for all the upgrades they're gonna be doing on the stadium next year. I guess.
That's it. Well, he got to fly Cody around next year. That's what that is.
You fucking better fly my ass around. Shit, the amount of podcasting I do. the amount of podcasting I do for this team, he needs to fucking fly me first class wherever. And not on some American jet. I want some fucking Saudi Arabian
You and
first
Sheena
class.
want to ride together on that jet.
I want a bed in my section, and I want to lay down during the flight.
Well, Cody, they'll put you in the cargo section if you don't watch it.
Oh, damn it, dude!
Yeah. Hey, Cody, you have to share that. You have to share that room with somebody else. You don't mind?
No. Maybe if it's a Panthers cheerleader. You know?
No, it's gonna be Sheena Quick.
I got a question. Hey guys, I have a question. Do you guys ever watch?
Dumb as hell, Pickle.
Hey, do you guys ever watch TD and talk about stuff and everything on some of his shows on the Panthers Network and everything on YouTube? Him and Jay Stu, they make some great comments and they're really critical of the Panthers too when they suck. So I like their style. And so what's his name? The linebacker, right? He went to talk to Rigo Dado. He says, "No, stop running back and forth. Go forward because you keep missing yards." And he said, "Hey, I'll take that advice, Tommy Davis." So
I watched that.
Yeah, his stuff is really good.
That's very cool.
I know that Jonathan Stewart's normally a pretty big homer. You know, I'm not saying that he won't criticize the team, but you know, he's a Panther fan through and through, and I love him for it. But no, I haven't seen a lot of what Thomas Davis has had to say. Oh, I did see all of the Panthers legends that were in the stadium.
It was on the Panthers.
Yeah.
It was on the Panthers.
Yeah, I saw that. And I
Panthers.
love that they got D'Angelo Williams back in the building too. Yeah, that was really cool.
Right.
Now get him out there for the playoffs to hit the drum.
They did a video. They did a video at where the Panthers did where they actually named all them guys in case you didn't know them. That one dude I kept questioning the other night on who it was Colin Cole. I forgot.
The second guy from the left, Pickle?
He looks a lot. Yeah, he looks a lot.
I didn't know who that was either.
He looks a lot different than he used to. I forgot about Colin Cole.
Well, when them offensive line, defensive linemen, man, they slim down and shit, man. You're almost another human being, honestly.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, think about Jordan Gross.
Right. It's just
Gross is like 220 now.
Yeah.
Jordan Gross is amazing. He looks like a different guy.
Do you know who former Panther player that I wish I had his energy 24/7? And that's Trey Boston.
League football game.
Trey Boston.
Trey
Dude,
Boston.
he has the best energy I know. That dude is always happy, always just pounding the drum. Like, just so energetic, man. I love it. I absolutely
That's
love
my
it.
Tar Heel.
I like to watch.
Me and Tony been trying to get Trey Boston on the pod forever, man.
I tell you what,
it's hard to get a hold of him.
Let me throw a plug at you. The Panthers YouTube channel is very, very cool now that it incorporated some of them players. Luke gets on there a lot of times. You watch the huddle, you don't know who's going to. Sometimes Luke joins him, sometimes Mike Russell joins him, sometimes they're always the older players, and it really encourages you to keep watching. And that's not even counting for Boston. So with the Panthers, and you know, there's a lot of.
You're breaking up, Pickle. Your microphone is like cutting in and out.
All right, I need to speak up louder.
All right.
You want me? I tell you what, if I take my shirt off, it'll clear up.
No, damn it.
I bet you there'll be a lot of people scattering.
Cody, you still in here, brother? I got you, brother. Let me take this thing off. I tell you
what, if you take that shirt off, I'm gonna send you to the background so fast your head will spin, brother. Ain't nobody trying to see all that.
Hey, I'm sure that Donnie, they picking on me. You buy it.
Right when you go to take it off, he's going to throw up the shut up rock.
Yeah.
Cody likes that shit. He knows.
Not true. Untrue. Yeah, man. Are there any other topics about this game? Oh, let me ask Steve, while he's in receive, how would you feel about this team if the Carolina Panthers lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yet the Atlanta Falcons beat the New Orleans Saints, thereby still getting us a home playoff game. Does that sour the experience for you? Does that make you feel differently about your team going into the playoffs? Or are you just happy to be represented in the postseason at all?
I'll be a little disappointed because I wanted to win and everything, but I want to get in, man. It was 0-0 no matter what, so that's all I care about.
Yeah,
for sure. And we'll see. I expect us to win. I just think we're a better team overall, in a better spot, better quarterback, better everything. So
yeah,
I'm very surprised. Now we'll get a lot of grief from the media if we have to back in, but I can tolerate that, I guess.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that. Is there any more topics or subjects about this game that y'all would like to discuss before I get everyone's final predictions? Going
Michael's got a question.
Yeah, Michael, go ahead, brother.
Okay, I know this ain't about the game, but I'm just trying to get you guys' opinion on this. So, how would you guys feel if Luke Kuechly, now I know he's a finalist and all, but what happens if he gets into the Hall of Fame? How would you guys feel?
I'll be ecstatic.
Overjoyed.
I think he should have been a first ballot.
Excited. I'd be excited about that. So
I'd be really excited. I got a picture with a Hall of Famer. Hell yeah.
Right? Hell yeah. And he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, man. He really does.
Yeah, he does. He does.
When he was in the league, he was the best linebacker in football. No argument.
And look, if he was ever going to make it, this is the year to do it. Because, I mean, I'm not saying that these players aren't all deserving in their own right, but I feel like this class is sort of devoid of some of the bigger name talent in recent years. So, I mean, look, Willie Anderson, Drew Brees, he's a lock. Jari Evans, Larry Fitzgerald, Frank Gore, Torrey Holt, Luke, Eli Manning, Terrell Suggs, Adam Vinatieri, Reggie Wayne, Kevin Williams, Jason Witten, Darren Woodson, and Marshall Yanda. So, look, the ones that are a lot to me are Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Adam Vinatieri, probably Frank Gore. They're probably going to give it to Eli just because he's been in 2 Super Bowls and won 2 Super Bowls. He was able to put a stop to that. That, you know, what a lot of people think is the best team of all time, that 2007 Patriots team. Was it 2007 or 2011 that they stopped that? When were the 07? Yeah, that's when the Patriots were undefeated.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is to me, this is a good year for Luke to get in. Also, no Steve Smith. I kind of feel like Steve might have missed the opportunity to make it in.
I think that that scandal with him and that woman that was
that's hurt him. That's hurt his reputation.
That hurt him, and there's a log jam at wide receiver.
Well, if y'all pay attention, he's not really widely publicized as still associating with NFL Network. He's kind of given the backdoor duty.
How many people do they usually let in per year?
Usually it's like
number?
4 to like.
It used to be 7 or 8, but this year they voted it back to 5. Now this year they took it back to 5.
And I don't know if it necessarily matters, but the good thing about this list,
the Pro Bowl committee said they was put too many in at once. So
there's only 3 other defenders on this list besides Luke. So I don't know if that matters, but it's just him and 3 other people on defense. The rest are completely offensive players.
So what are your guys' 5? I want to hear.
From man, I'll let you know if that's fair.
The main 3 locks, I agree with what Cody said. I think the main 3 are Breeze, Fitzgerald, and Vinatieri.
Yeah.
So you only really got 2 more spots left.
But that's what I was asking on Tuesday. How many players make it? Is it 5, 6, or 7?
5 total, I've been told. Yeah.
5.
5 total. Yeah, 5 for the whole thing.
Ooh, buddy.
Yeah, that does get down to the nitty gritty, don't it?
I mean, dude, Reggie Wayne is in there.
Yeah, and he's been waiting for a while, Reggie Wayne. I think it's been like 6 years. 5 or
Troy
6
Holt's been
years
waiting
now.
for a long ass time too.
Yeah. So I mean, like, Luke might make it. And like you said, Jake, there's not as many maybe defenders, like you said. Maybe he makes it, but I don't know. It's tough. I feel like there's like a good 4 or 5 that could potentially go before him.
Yeah, it's hard to find out. We'll just go with 5. That's an even number.
Well, Panthro says 5. I'm assuming he looked that up, so we'll take that as the word. I think it's Drew Brees, Fitzgerald, Adam Vinatieri.
God, y'all will overdo it on
I am not putting in a kicker.
It's Adam Vinatieri.
I don't give a flipping fuck.
You may not. He's one of the highest scoring players of all time.
Yeah, well, yeah,
and he played for
he played for 80 years. Of course,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He played for he played as long as you've been alive, Pickle.
I know that. So why would if he played that long and he couldn't score? Come on, man. He'd be scoring somebody.
He did score. He was fucking
exactly. I know he scored. He probably scored more than one way playing that long, but I still wouldn't put him in there as a kicker. No disrespect. I'm not putting in a kicker when Terrell Suggs should go in instead of him. All right, there's a lot of other people that are studs that should go in before a kicker, and that's just my opinion.
Like
that's
Luke.
my opinion. You like Luke.
He's probably one of the best kickers of all time.
I would put in Jason Witten. I would put in Jason Witten because at least he blocked and caught the ball.
The only reason why this is even. The only reason why this is even debatable.
I would go ahead, Jay.
I would put Drew Brees in because he's a Saint.
Go ahead, Jay.
The only reason why it's debatable is if Luke Kuechly would have played 2 to 3 more years, he would have been first ballot. I still think he should be first ballot. But the concussion shortened his career. But I still think he should be in, man. Which I am a homer, I am a fan, but there's some guys on this list that I wasn't even alive when they played.
Yeah.
I just think
Nerva says there's been no, he said, can you count a kicker as a lock? I think that the fact that a kicker is even on this list is probably he's had so many points scored, over that career, and he's played for a bunch of good teams. He has rings. Like, if ever you were going to put a kicker in the Hall of Fame, it would be an Adam Vinatieri. Go ahead, Alex. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. He's the best kicker of all time. Like you said, he's been around for a while. He's won rings. Not only has he won rings, he's won rings because of him.
Did he kick barefoot? Did he kick barefoot?
Well, he won the game against Carolina in 2003.
I did not need to be reminded of that.
No, he did not.
That's what it is. Win the game. That's what it is. Pickle holds the vendetta.
Lost the game.
Casey lost the
game. Yeah, you damn right.
Pickle still got an axe to grind. That's what it is.
And fuck Drew Brees.
Yeah, I knew that's what it was.
Jerry Evans got a state helmet on. You damn sure know Panther Pickle ain't voting for no motherfucker.
All right, look. This is my final 5 prediction. I think Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Frank Gore, Luke Kuechly, and fuck, are they really gonna not put? No, let me change it. Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Eli Manning, and Adam Vinatieri. Eli has.
I'm about to say no Reggie Wayne though. Ooh,
no
Lord.
Torrey Holt. Come on, man.
I think Eli having the Manning last name is gonna, and 2 Super Bowls, is gonna fucking put him over.
All right, Jake, name your 5.
My 5? Oh, yeah. Lord.
Y'all don't have to put Luke in. If y'all don't think he'll make it, then just he doesn't have a Super Bowl to his name. I mean, that's
let me grab my paper. I'll jot your last name when you say you ain't put Luke in. Go ahead.
Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald, Frank Gore, Luke Kuechly, Reggie Wayne. And I'm not gonna go Drew Brees because I know Pickle's gonna go off, but I'm gonna go Eli. Fuck it, I'll go Eli Manning.
Can you imagine if Drew Brees got snubbed?
That'd be funny.
It'd be
All right,
awesome.
my 5. No. Alex, what's your 5?
All right, my 5. It's going to be Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Adam Vinatieri. I'm going to put Torrey Holt as my 4. Oh, my God. I mean, it's just that
it's hard.
It's hard. That's why these guys, I mean, these are all great players in their own right. I'm going to go Eli Manning, and Luke's out this year. He'll be in next year.
Damn.
I see you a scam. I wish I hadn't asked.
But like my thing is though, the more years that go on, so he was eligible last year, right?
Yeah, first ballot.
Yeah, he made the final. He made the finalists. That's why he's in the finalists now. Is because he made the finalists.
Right. So now, I don't know,
last
man.
forever. That don't last forever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, if
Steve
Luke
Smith may not never get in.
No, I don't think Steve is getting in. Straight up, I just don't. I will say that if Luke Kuechly doesn't make it in this year, I kind of don't think he will get in.
Michael, can you name me your 5?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say my 5. So I'm gonna put Torrey Holt, Drew Brees, Luke Kuechly, Frank Gore, and Reggie Wayne.
That's not a bad list.
CPG, what's your choice? You want to say your 5?
Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Adam Vinatieri, Luke Kuechly, and Reggie Wayne. I think Luke gets in because I don't know if you guys have seen the secondary Monday Night Football broadcast the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The way Luke is calling plays right before they happen, like exactly the way it's going to go and everything. Yeah, I think Luke gets in.
He was calling interceptions like Tony Romo was calling touchdowns a few years ago.
He was calling exactly what the receivers and the defenders were going to do after the snap.
I believe Luke joins the national. I believe he starts doing games nationally at some point next year. I think so.
We need to put him on the defensive staff immediately.
You're right, but I don't think he wants it.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to do it either.
Now let me name my list. And
real quick, Pickle, if Luke does get in, it's because we've named 4 offensive players, and he would be like that one defensive guy that they'd put in.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way they don't let at least one defensive guy in.
What pronounce this name of this guy all the way down to the corner? Yonder. I always get
Marshall Yonder.
Yeah, Marshall Yonder.
Yeah, Marshall Yonder.
He was really
Daryl Woodson, Kevin Williams, Luke.
Yeah, that's another thing. Darren Woodson was a damn good player too.
And I'm gonna put a running back in there just for the fuck of it, and Frank Gore.
Frank Gore was nasty.
That's that 1, 2.
By the way, the reason why we're putting Frank Gore isn't Frank like the third, like number 3 of all-time rushing yards in the NFL?
I didn't know.
Something
I didn't know
crazy like
he was
that.
ever gonna quit. Cody,
Yeah, dude, he played like damn near played 20 years or something.
He
like
played
that.
forever.
Right.
For a running back.
At running back too.
But is it just so you guys are saying Frank Gore because of that stat, right? Because I mean, to me, he was. How many times was he a Pro Bowler ever?
Oh yeah,
maybe
multiple.
A bunch of times.
Now wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Back then, and let's be fair. Back then, you had to play real football when you played in the Pro Bowl. So a lot of players, if they were banged up, if they were going on to the Super Bowl, for multiple reasons, a lot of them just didn't play in it. They thanked him, but they didn't play in the Pro Bowls because they were just banged up, or they didn't want him to take away the years they could play in for their
Frank Gore also played for like 15 different teams or something.
So he's a 5-time Pro Bowler, 2nd team All Pro. So he's never been like a second. Yeah.
Hey,
rushing yards. Let me welcome in Al the Sailor. Al, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Cody? Good morning or good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Doing good, brother. How are you, man? Happy New Year, man.
But Alex, let's be real. You not that you're doubting, but you're saying we just put Frank Gore in for that. But they're just putting Adam Vinatieri in because he played in the league forever and he kicked the football.
Yeah.
I just think he's the best
Frank
kid. He's the
Gore.
best.
Well, I mean,
He's the best player at his position ever.
Yeah,
well,
That's
and
why.
let me
that's nice, but
let me
yeah, that's nice.
let me get out the Sailor. Al, what's up, bro? Who are your 5 finalists for the Hall
Drew
of Fame this year?
Brees, Frank Gore, Fitzgerald, because he never dropped. So he has more. But he has more drops. He has like more interceptions and drops or some
Right,
craziness.
right,
Yeah.
right.
He's like second all
he
time
never.
in receiving
I don't know that
yards.
he ever dropped a pass in his life.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure he
So
did at
Behind
some
only
point.
Jerry
Brees.
Rice.
Right.
And then I mean, I'm gonna take man Philip Rivers over Eli, dude. Eli's not getting in. Eli
Now,
just throwing them
Philip
Phil
picks.
Rivers
Rivers
is
ain't
not
on the
eligible.
list.
He's not on the list. He's not eligible. It's on the
He's
screen up
not on
there.
the list. He's not on the
It's on
list.
the
He's not
screen.
on the
Right.
list. So who was
Right.
that? That's Drew Brees, Frank Gore, Fitzgerald, um,
Eli Manning's
Luke.
got 2 Super Bowls.
I don't care about none of that. Torrey Holt.
Exactly.
Torrey Holt.
Yeah.
Torrey Holt.
Yeah, Torrey
Oh,
Holt's another one.
Frank
No,
Gore
no,
is
no,
on
no,
there as
no, no,
well,
no,
my
no.
friend.
I'm switching Reggie Wayne. Reggie Wayne, because I've seen Reggie Wayne play before. I've seen him play live, and Reggie Wayne.
Yeah. And Reggie
In
Wayne
the,
was Peyton Manning's #1 wide receiver forever.
Right.
I mean Marvin Harrison, but okay.
Yeah, I mean him and
Yeah,
Reggie
Pantro,
Wayne.
I
They
agree
were
with you, brother.
fucking.
A kicker can wait.
Yeah, kicker can wait, dude. Oh hell no, not Vinatieri.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know,
but
man.
that's my 5.
Yeah, we some biased of the bitches.
I don't know.
He can wait, but till when? I mean, he's gonna get in.
Is this
Don't
year
care.
his
He can
first
wait.
year?
I mean,
Is this
you told Luke Kuechly he can wait. I'm
is
sure
this
I can
is
tell
this
Adam
Adam
Vinatieri he can wait.
Vinatieri's first year being a finalist?
I don't know.
Probably
Like,
not. No,
is this his first year of eligibility? When did he retire?
When
he
did
retired a minute ago,
Adam
dude.
Vinatieri? When did Adam Vinatieri become eligible for the Hall of Fame? Last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this might be his second
It is. This is
year.
his second year. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That's tough, dude. This is tougher than I thought looking at it on Tuesday.
I mean, Drew Brees and Fitz, and then you got Frank Gore. I mean, Kuechly, and then Reggie Wayne. I mean, Reggie Wayne is no slouch, dude. Torrey Hort was good too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to Panther. He says Steve Smith has more receiving yards than Wayne and Marvin.
You can
So,
take
Cody, here's
Whitman
my
and Young
5.
off because they're not.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Drew Brees, because he tortured us forever. Larry Fitzgerald, he also beat us a lot. Luke Kuechly, because he's a unique player. And I guess I got to go with Frank Gore, because he did it so well for so long. And one of the people on the bottom, I can't see because the message is on it. Not Suggs.
Yonda,
Woodson.
Darren Woodson.
Yeah. Yeah, I like. Oh, he was always a good player. He was always doing something. And I have 2 peeves about Hall of Fames in general. They're very subjective to who gets to vote for them. And Steve Smith is not in there. I don't believe it. Plus, in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Jethro Tull is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Who?
Right.
Jethro Tull.
Yeah.
A great band from the 70s and the 80s, and so many other bands who are crappy.
Or Jethro. They brought the flute to rock and roll.
Oh,
See, man,
Jethro Tull.
Yeah, I agree with you. The problem is the Hall of Fame is very subjective, and it's very, very. They often forget about the older guys, and I agree with several other on XM radio that say they should do 5 guys from the 80s or like the late 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s or whatever, and then do some from the nowadays or in the recent memory, because if you're not you're going to miss some of the older guys. And I mean, let's be real, how bad do you feel when one of these guys passes away and their daughter has to come up or their son accept the award because they passed away? Give them the award while they're alive.
They
So
waited till Pete Rose died. They wait in baseball. They waited till Pete Rose died before they gave the award. If I was their family member, I would have told them to suck my big toes.
And one of the issues I have with Adam Vinatieri is Adam Vinatieri to me is a cop out. He played with Peyton Manning as his quarterback, and when Peyton moved on, he moved on and went and played for Tom Brady in New England. So yeah, he got a lot because he played for two of the best quarterbacks that walked the planet.
So, Pickle, you would say that if he played for,
it would go play for.
So, Pickle, if he did the same thing, but it was with the Jaguars and the Browns, you'd be like, all right, put him in.
I might, but I doubt it. I don't believe. No, I might, but I doubt it.
To me, he's a 3-time first team All Pro. He's a
nice.
and he's a 4-time Super Bowl champion.
Right.
The guy's the best kicker.
Of course he's 4 Bowl. Of course he played with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady.
And Tom Brady. What?
Yeah, I understand that. But he also had some huge kicks in both in the Super Bowl.
Okay, how many interceptions did he have? How many tackles did he
have? Oh, that's crazy. Crazy.
I'm serious.
He's one of the all-time leading scorers in the NFL.
Well,
man,
of course,
kicker or
because you can't touch him when he scores. If a quarterback throws a deep pass,
but then you might as well say that
before he kicks.
But then you might as well say that a kicker isn't allowed to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Pickle plays too much Madden.
He plays too much Madden. Anderson there? Is Gary Anderson there? Like, is Gary Anderson in the Hall of Fame right now?
Let me tell you something.
Is Morgan Anderson really a Hall of Famer?
She should be. Let me tell you what. Kickers in the olden days, and this is before me. Oh no, I remember some kickers that kicked barefoot. Give me a kicker that kicks barefoot, and I'll call him a man. Give me a kicker that'll kick the ball and turn around and go line up at wide receiver or quarterback when he needs to. That's a kicker. The kickers nowadays are, to me, like long snappers. Long snappers don't belong in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but you could say it the other way, Pickle. You could be like, okay, this guy caught a touchdown. Can he kick a 50-yarder? No.
How do you know he can't? He's never been given an opportunity.
Well, how do you know Vinatieri can?
I've seen Ocho Cinco kick a 40-yarder. I've seen Ocho Cinco kick a 40-yarder.
Let me tell you what. I watched Adam Vinatieri kick a kickoff, and when the guy returned it, instead of tackling a guy, the Adam Vinatieri went the other way. But he got paid too much money to tackle a guy. That's fact. I
don't give a damn if Adam Vinatieri gets in the Hall of Fame or not, to be quite honest with you. I don't care. He can get in or not get in.
So long as Luke, I'm the same way. Like, I'm not gonna freak the fuck out. Dude, as long as Luke makes it into fucking Hall of Fame, bro.
That's what I care about.
Yeah. But imagine if the Panthers make it to the playoffs and Luke Kuechly gets into the Hall of Fame, bro. That's
cherry on the top.
I got to correct myself. I'm just now realizing that he did chase his rookie year. Adam Vinatieri chased down and tackled a Dallas Cowboy returner named Herschel Walker during a kickoff.
Oh, dang. He tackled Herschel Walker? God damn. That's a hell of a damn tackle.
And Parcells told his rookie kicker at the time, "You're not a kicker, you're a football player." So anyway, I forgot all about
J.G. Jansen.
That happened back in 1996, and most of y'all wouldn't have lied back in. So.
Hey, Pickle, J.G. Jansen has 10 lifetime tackles. Maybe he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Right. Let me ask y'all a question without Googling it. What was the name of the punter before J.J. Jansen? And what was his position? What was his real position?
Linebacker.
Yeah, you know that already.
I don't know the name, though. You already told me. The bad thing is you told me the name, and I can't remember the name.
I know it.
I just know the position he played.
Nope. John Casey was the kicker. Casey was the kicker, not the long snapper.
Oh, the long snapper.
This guy was mainly a special teamer.
Yeah, and I tell you what, he played during preseason. In the fourth preseason game, Fox used to let him play linebacker in case they ever needed him to play such a position.
Yep.
And late in the fourth quarter on preseason, in the fourth preseason game, he was a long snapper, but he was also a linebacker technically. So Fox used to let him play. Anybody in the staff know? The chat. Listen, you could Google it, but it's going to be hard to find anyway. I'll tell you y'all. His name was Jason Kyle.
Jason Kyle.
That's how long J.J. Jensen's been around.
Right.
Though.
Well, we traded a we traded a late round pick for J.J. Jensen. We traded a 7th round pick or something for J.J. Jensen.
That was what John
From the
Fox's
Packers.
last year when we got JJ.
Right. But JJ's played since 2009 for the Panthers. He's played with Luke Kuechly. He played with Jake Delhomme. He played with Cam Newton. He played for John Fox all of Ron Rivera's year and up until now. I mean,
JJ Jensen's almost played through every era of Panther football except the beginning.
Right. And it's wild. It's wild, and I don't talk about this a lot, but John Casey was the first kicker the Panthers ever had.
The last original Panther.
Right. And JJ Jensen long snap for him for what, a year or 2 years or something, or a year, and then Casey moved on, and I can't remember.
I think it was about 3 or 4 years before Rivera let go of him.
Right, exactly. That's what I say. They did it together for a short time, and now JJ's still here. So you can calculate Casey and JJ together have seen every snap the Carolina Panthers have ever had.
Dang. That's the same. Al, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Hey, I wanted to give you an opportunity to speak on the game tomorrow, man. What do the Panthers need to do to beat Tampa Bay? And also, how would you feel if we lost and we still made the playoffs because Atlanta beat the Saints?
We're in the playoffs. We got a chance.
Hell
in
yeah.
the playoffs, we got a chance. Once you get into the tournament, you got a chance. That's it. And I think like you say, Mike Evans, or not Mike Evans, but Mike Jack and JC, they got to show up. They're gonna show up. I know they're gonna show up. We just got to get scoring on a tear right now. Scoring got probably like 4 sacks in like the last
4.5
games
sacks, my friend. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In like the last 5 games, scoring's doing good. So we actually, he knows what he's doing. Dan Morgan knows what he's doing. Dan Morgan knows football. And we'll be all right, bro. We'll be all right.
Heck yeah.
Well, Dan Morgan went to a Super Bowl with us. I think if anybody knows what it takes to build a championship team, it's a guy that went to
a Super Bowl. He had 20 tackles in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I would think that guy knows how to build a championship team. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
He still owns that record too, don't he?
Say what?
I say he still owns that record too, don't he? Most tackles in the Super Bowl.
Even now.
I
believe so.
I believe so.
Now, do the Panthers have a couple Super Bowl records then? Because I know we got the Jake Delhomme touchdown pass record.
Well, we'll be all right, bro. We just got to get past. We just got to be. We can't rely on the Falcons, though. We got to.
Yes.
The player with the most.
Dan Morgan still holds the record for the most tackles in 8 Super Bowls.
At 18. Now Rodney Harrison played in more Super Bowls. So Rodney Harrison has 26 tackles across 4 different Super Bowls. But in a single game, yes, Dan Morgan holds the record for 18 tackles.
Read who is the next highest tackle. You got that, Cody?
Yeah. Right after Dan Morgan?
Right. In the same Super Bowl.
We got to find us another linebacker.
Fact is, the next two were in the same Super Bowl.
What, Trent McDuffie?
Mike Minner and Will Witherspoon Mike Winter had 14 tackles, and Will Witherspoon had 13, along with Dan Morgan. They were in the same Super Bowl, the 03 Super Bowl.
Wow.
We had a tackling machines back in the day.
The first half of that Super Bowl was a defensive shutout, basically.
Exactly. Yep, it was.
And the second
It
half was a shootout.
After that game, I literally couldn't talk. I couldn't talk.
Man, Casey kicking that ball out of bounds. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what the hell are we doing here?
That's one of the most underrated Super Bowls of all time, too.
Oh yeah, it's by far. If I had to sit down and watch another Super Bowl, it would be that one.
People just remember it for the Janet Jackson halftime show.
Well, I don't. I'd rather forget that part. But
I remember being 13, 14 years old, being like, "Did I just see a titty?" I think I just saw a titty, yo.
You didn't know for sure, did you?
No, I wasn't sure because I'm like, I know I didn't just see a titty, did I? Did I see Janet Jackson's titty? I think I saw her.
Wrong for that too. Timberlake was wrong.
It made me. It legitimately made me mad for a good while after that because people would only remember that over my Panthers Super Bowl.
But it almost ended up being.
I can't explain it, but I did.
It ended up being for the better because instead of it being the Panthers losing the way we did, it was Janet Jackson's titty.
We lost. To me, in 03, we lost respectfully. Yeah. We lost respectfully in 03.
We still hold the record. Mushin Muhammad still holds that record.
Yes, we lost. We lost when that game ended. People didn't look down on the Panthers. They looked up. They said, "Wow, that's a good team. That's a really good team."
Jake Delhomme had good stats in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. And he came out, and people don't really. He was just a undrafted guy from NFL Europe who nobody knew before he became our top quarterback that year.
He's only one of two quarterbacks that's been undrafted to start a Super Bowl.
Right.
Plus the Patriots. I can hold that year too.
Yeah, I can. They did. I can hold that Super Bowl up and be proud of it. The Super Bowl 50, I'm not proud of it at all. It's not.
Yeah, Cody, in 03, the Patriots stole all that plays in the first half. Every single thing.
Well, I mean, they rented the hotel right next to the training camp, the top floor, and videotaped all them sons of bitches.
And everything we did, they knew. Second half, we changed everything up, and that's why we looked much better in the second half. But the first half was a fix.
Yeah.
All the Panthers players on that team said at halftime we had to come up with a new game plan.
Right, and they actually did it. They actually came. Yeah, see, Dave Canales couldn't switch an entire game plan in halftime. He couldn't do it. He ain't got that smarts. Give me an old coach. He'd take care of it.
Yeah, I remember my brother. Because he's a Patriots fan through and through. When I told him that literally the Patriots started cheating in that Super Bowl, he's like, "What the heck are you talking about? Like, they never cheated." And I'm like, "Yeah,
of course.
You obviously didn't know shit."
You said, "Sure, buddy."
Because Roger Goodell destroyed the evidence.
Yeah, he did.
We believe you, bro.
Yeah. But he did it by orders of the Roger Goodell. What was the name of the commission back then? Roger Goodell wasn't the commissioner, but he was the commissioner's right hand man. But yeah, Tagliabue. Right.
Yeah, Tagliabue.
After that Super Bowl,
he died just recently.
Jack Del Rio said left the Panthers and became head coach of the Jacksonville Jags. And said, "See you later, Carolina. I'll never be back as your coach again." And he never was.
Yeah, boy. All right, man. Look, we are going to get everyone's final predictions for this game, and we're gonna get up off of here. We're gonna call it a night. I appreciate y'all for another wonderful evening on the C3 Friday Free for All. Let's start with Al the Sailor. Al, give me your player of the game, final score, and who wins tomorrow as the Carolina Panthers travel to Raymond James Stadium to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Player of the game is going to be Bryce. I mean, he has to show up. He's going to be the player of the game. I'm calling 150 with 3 touchdowns, though. I mean, but I
Is
think
this
it's
the
going to be
same
Bryce.
Al? Is this the same Al that's been on here before?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's me, Pickle.
Same
All
one.
right. Okay.
Yeah, 150 though with 3
Hey,
touchdowns.
Cody, I got to go now. Can I give you my final score?
Yeah, man, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Can you hear me?
35-17 Panthers.
35-17.
I like that.
I like that. Who's your player of the game?
We're going to run away with the sucker. You'll see.
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me?
See you guys.
I guess not. All right, love you, Steve. Peace and love. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. All right, let me go to my man, CPG. I appreciate you as always, brother. Who's going to win this game? What's the final score? And who's the player of the game?
I'm going to say 21-17 Panthers. And player of the game?
Yeah.
Brown.
Derek Brown?
Trent.
Say it one more time. You were breaking up.
Yeah, Derek Brown got to win in the trenches.
Derek Brown gonna win in the chances. We got it. Appreciate you, brother. Alex 814 Panthers. Wow. Appreciate you, dog. Tell me your final score. Who wins and play the game?
Yeah, I'm thinking 28-17 Panthers. Player of the game's gonna be I think it's gonna be Ted McMillan. I think he's gonna have 2 touchdowns. I think he's gonna have 100 yards and 2 tutties.
100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Love it. Need that energy. Michael, appreciate you, big dog. Give me your final score. Who wins and play the game?
I'm going to say 35-17 Panthers. And my player of the game, it's going to shock everyone, but it's going to have to be the whole team for me.
The whole team. All right.
Yep.
The whole team's getting play of the game. I like it. I like that. Like that. Panther Pickle, talk to me, man. Final score. Who wins? Play of the game. You're muted.
First of all, we are going to the playoffs because if you take a look, the Saints put over half the Saints are Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, Brian Breeze, and Nathan Shepard are out for the game. And they put like 5 more on injury reserve. So the Saints are tanking.
Yeah, it's looking like we're going to the playoffs.
Regardless, either way.
Yeah.
So anyway, my player of the game is going to be I struggle with a few different people, but I'm going to lean heavily on Mike Jackson. I think Mike Jackson gets 2 interceptions, 1 for a pick 6, and he leads the team in tackles. It's 24-14.
24-14.
Panthers win, and on the plane ride home, Todd Bowles is fired.
All right. And I am going to say that the Carolina Panthers are going to come away with a W on the road. I think we're going to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll say 27-24. A last second field goal by Ryan Fitzgerald. My player of the game, Rico Dowdle. I think he's going to break 100 yards rushing.
I almost picked him. I told you I was cross. Yeah, I almost picked Rico Dow over that, but
Yeah,
I couldn't decide. I almost picked Derek Brown too. So
I think Ted McMillan seals the deal. I think he seals the Rookie of the Year, and this happens this week. We win the division.
Right.
He gets his 1,000 yards, over 1,000
Mhm.
yards. I think he's going to be leading for all the rookies. And yeah, I
if
just think he seals it.
Alex, if he lets the Saint quarterback take his Rookie of the Year ballot, I'm going to be out on him for the rest of his career.
Have you heard that?
Yeah.
They're trying to give Jackson Dart Rookie of the Year. What? He hasn't played half of this season.
bro, Tyler Shuck is more likely to win it than Jackson Dart.
That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Well, all right, man. This has been another edition of the C3 Friday Free For All. Hey, potentially the last Friday Free For All of the 2025 season. Whoa. I appreciate y'all. Love every single one of you. If you have not done so, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell for every single time the C3 Panthers podcast goes live. My name is Cody Lashney. We'll be live tomorrow night at around 7:30.
Join me on my podcast.
Another edition
The Blue
of
Black
the
Attack,
C3 Panthers podcast, or the C3 post game show.
7:00 on Monday. Keep out.
There you go.
Drop it in
C3
the
Legion, we
link.
love y'all.
Subscribe to it, Pickle.
Keep pounding.
All right, man. I will.
Sweet.